Right, that's literally what today's show is called. Can I edit it afterwards? Oh, okay, let's see.
I guess. Hey,
Hey guys.
what was wrong
to
with
our
Dibba?
it looked like we were okay. So if you guys don't know, y'all know how when you type it in, just something on the keyboard, just to fill it in, just to put some words there. That's what we were doing, and it came out like
DFH GFH. I just got the YouTube alert
notification.
It said
It looked like our kids had attacked the keyboards.
I'm basically a big child. We all know that.
Yeah. But hello, everybody.
Hi, friends.
I am your girl, the princess of all.
And I am Cujo.
And do you remember that from Medea? And
I told you I'm not a big Medea guy.
Oh, you got problems or something?
No.
You got
one
issues?
Medea is enough. Medea.
What other Medea is there?
There's like 17 Medea films.
But there's only one actual person.
Whatever.
There's only one individual.
Whatever.
Individual.
I've seen one. I've seen them all.
Wow. What happened to my my hub? Somebody deleted my hub? Like
I don't know. I ain't did it.
It says fix aliases. What is that?
I didn't touch none of that. Okay. Listen, I may have ran the show, but I did not touch anything.
All of a sudden,
I didn't.
I look ugly again.
I didn't do it.
I look ugly. It's okay, y'all. But it's Wednesday, guys.
Is it? It feels like a Monday. See, just like last season, I told you, Mondays don't feel Monday-y. It's every other day of the week.
Yeah, it is every other week. I think it does have to do with a lot of the about the weather too.
I was gonna say because
some people be like gloomy.
Very tired.
I'm so lonely. I have nobody for my own. Sorry, y'all. Obviously, y'all can tell I was not the singer in high school.
Yeah,
okay,
she was.
I was not. I was the dancer.
Break it down. Break it down.
Bow, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Who let you do what it do? Boo, boo. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, that was me in high school.
I was about to start jetting in my seat.
But to my radio crew who's riding along in my automobiles, kind of catch you with these heels.
Whoa, what?
I don't know.
Trying to find all the cheap deals.
That is for sure.
That's
just going to the grocery store in general nowadays.
These days, boy, I tell you, my wife just texted me and she was like, "Without buying snacks or no junk, it was $140."
Yeah,
let's go.
Look, don't you love when you gotta eat healthy? Because
Glock, what up though?
For that 1 week, you like nah.
Because you're trying to save.
We eating right. Son. We eating right. The app may look a little
Majin Glock, however you pronounce it.
Glock.
That is one of the dopest producers I've ever come across. Came across him today.
Majin Glock.
I'm gonna say Majin Glock.
Okay.
One of the dopest producers I've come across. Just came across him today.
Okay.
And it's going down.
It's going down, baby.
Going down.
I'm treating it, baby.
So make sure y'all follow.
I'm here to let
Insta.
it go.
And don't be trying to take my beats.
Shimmy, cocoa
There's
puff,
no beats available for y'all, just for me.
No, me too.
And pay.
Because y'all know I be rapping, right?
I was watching the Cypher again recently, and I died laughing. I totally forgot.
What Cypher?
Remember the Tell 'em Tuesday Cypher we did?
Oh.
I forgot about that part, and you had me dying.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I did. See, I be out there.
Had me rolling.
I be out here, y'all. I be out here in the stew. Catch me in the stew.
I be up in the stew.
Catch me in the stew.
You can catch me
doing what it do.
It's going down.
I'm outside and I'm probably chilling with your boo.
Ooh.
See, look, y'all didn't know I had bars. Okay. Bars.
Yikes.
But anyways, y'all, it is 16 minutes after the hour. 4:16 on the east, 1:16 on the west,
and 3:16 CST.
Cause Cujo knows it best.
I do.
Y'all like how you do that slow song? On the commercials, gonna be like at the end of it, be like, "You can get some too." Walmart. Just kidding. Or like it'd be
Dollar
like
General.
something like,
Dollar General.
something worldwide.
Making it sound like it's just only in your backyard, but it's literally
only
everywhere.
in your only in your neighborhood.
Oh, I feel lonely now. Can you tilt me?
Oh, can I tilt you?
Look, I look like I'm supposed to have somebody sitting next to me, and I don't.
And you don't have no look. I'm so lonely. Here we go. We're gonna sing that again. I am so lonely. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna sing that again.
On my own.
Ooh, I am so.
We're trying to get ourselves together here, people. It's been
Not even getting ourselves together. Today is just one of those days where it's like today's
Yeah.
the day. It's just
I
a
agree.
day, like sometimes you just
I
gotta
agree.
you gotta sit in the funk. You gotta feel the funk.
It really is the weather, though, because to be honest with you, I'll have energy. I'll be good. I'll be ready to go. And then the second I leave my house and get in the car and like the gloominess of the times hits me, I'm instantly tired.
I'm coming from above, y'all. Just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, Lord. The upper room.
I'm getting delivered. I'm getting delivered.
I am delivered.
Ooh.
I think it's funny. He's back in the public eye.
Ooh.
The what's his name? Something Caldwell something.
The delivered guy.
Yeah. He's still. I guess he's still like he's in the church too. He's like a minister or something now.
That don't help his case.
That don't. But he's still out here yelling at people. If you think hood is, well, I don't even say hood. I'll say ratchet. Yeah, I ain't gonna be out here on this internet talking about me because I am.
That's
delivered.
What he said. That
it was. I just have to find a clip. It was recent too. It was within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. He ain't out there like that.
In the last couple of weeks, like out there, mad.
People just like, oh, did he just swivel?
I did. You see that?
Did he just turn? Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
I really would have messed him up as you were doing that if I would have.
Crisscross. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. All right, sorry, y'all. So we're playing with our camera angles.
Those of y'all on radio, you really do have to come over to the stream every once in a while.
Come on over to the other side.
We've been having a lot of fun having cameras in here because we just do really weird, wild stuff. We are uncensored, untapped, unfiltered. You are getting us at our real selves.
At our finest.
In our finest hour.
Y'all are getting us at our finest.
In my finest hours.
Yeah. It's just been a day.
Just one of them days.
Yeah.
I feel like the world was calm today. I didn't see anything crazy. I didn't see anything like shocking come across my desk.
Really? Did you not? You didn't?
No. 916 Rockstar, my brother.
I did.
Uh-oh, what happened? Who getting divorced now?
I did.
You got divorced?
Yup. I'm just kidding. Let me not put that in the air. Let me not put that in the air.
Who am I supposed to have do my drawings now?
No. Oh, and I meant to tell you, we got a dope interview that's airing. I don't even know when. We didn't even say.
No, we didn't.
When that's
we did not
coming out. I don't know. We got to figure that out though.
I mean, we could run it today.
We could
run it at the end of the show.
No, because
we need some lead time. We could run it at the end of the show today and then do some lead time on it and run it again.
Run that back one more time. Run that back.
It's worth it because this individual that we got
run it back
is doing some very monumental things. And he's doing a million different things.
Yeah, some very influential people in the world.
Yeah, we're trying to show you all of them
that I associate myself with. Boom.
I'm in association with the best of them.
Oh, and I'm gonna tell you the flashcards, the characters. Guess who drew those?
Who did that?
Me.
You did not.
You right, I didn't.
I was gonna say.
It was my husband.
I was gonna say.
The animation.
No way, Pay. I know you're a very talented individual.
Listen, I can't even draw like 2 stick figures. So yeah, me in the art world, I'm gonna stay away from that. Okay.
I love art and I love. I wish I could draw, I mean, I guess I can't say that. If I wanted to be able to draw, I could sit down and take the time and I could learn. But let's just say I have not done so yet. Therefore, I'm no good. I'm no good. I'm no good, baby. I'm no good.
Yeah, I'm no good at drawing either. I don't know why. It's just never been something that was just like a thing for me. You
I
know what
got
I'm
meat
saying? Like,
balls. It's really hard for me to be like all delicate and like I don't know.
yeah, it was just something that was just like I never could sit down like that. I could visualize it, but as far as like actually sitting down and like putting it on
Mm.
paper, that was always the hard part for me.
I always wanted to. Like I'm a really good doodler. So like
A doodler.
I feel like I could sell my doodles for like $1 million a piece, but
You can sell your doodle for $1 million
I
a
could
piece.
I could spell my doodle.
He nasty.
I can say anybody want my doodle
He nasty.
for real because I be all intricate with it and like
Intricate.
the intricacies of the inner webs of my doodle.
That's a good
Intricacies of my
terminology.
doodle.
A good terminology.
What's up, doodle?
Kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's drawing has never been my forte. It's not my realm. I don't really tap into that realm. I leave it where it is, and
I've been
I
really
let
wanting
those
to
who are
do,
great in it be great.
I really want to get into digital art. Have you seen there's like apps and websites that you can go on now that do AI art,
What's AI
artificial
art?
intelligence art? Like you put in a keyword or you put in like phrase or something, and then the computer just like generates art for you.
I think that's cheating.
It is. Oh, it's absolutely cheating.
I was about to say
100%.
because like, how is that? That's not really art though, because I
Yeah,
mean it's
yeah.
something else creating the art, not you
Be that as it
necessarily.
may, it is now a thing. So
That's mad corny.
don't trust anybody being like, "Oh, did you see my painting?" Be like, that ain't true.
Did you actually paint that with
You
a
didn't.
pen or a pen or what else do they call it? The paintbrush or etc.
with an easel?
Yeah, easel, easel,
An easel Ford.
easel. Don't be out here copyrighting infringement people's stuff, y'all. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Because people will sue you.
I'll sue you.
I will sue you too.
I don't even know you, and I'll sue you.
I own you, big head. I own you. You remember that for My Wife and Kids?
I do.
Even when you're dead, I own you.
That was one of the. I missed that show.
That was a really good show. I don't know why they took that show off of the network.
Because every show has a life. I mean, it. I'm pretty sure it went on for a while, right? That was
Not that long though. I mean, not as long as I would think that it would last.
well, because you're used to those shows lasting like 30 seasons.
Yeah,
Back
and
in
maybe
the day,
that's
those shows
probably
were
why.
on for a very long time.
I even saw a clip of the cast from A Different World, and they were talking about
on the Breakfast Club.
Well, no, I saw them sitting down somewhere else, but I did hear that they were on the Breakfast Club.
I did see that one.
But they were just saying like, they thought that the season could have went farther. It could have been remixed, which I really do think that it could have went that way because I like watching Grownish, which is pretty much like a spinoff of like Blackish and all the other stuff. But I feel
Don't
like
they have
that's
a mixed ish too?
They do. I have not been able to catch up
See,
with
that
the
just
mixed
I don't.
ish. The only reason why I like Grown-ish is because it's technically my age demographic and my age group. So I kind of spun off and I kind of went in the same direction as what's her name? Yara. I don't know how to say her name.
No idea.
Yaria. I think I probably butchered it, but y'all know
You
who I'm
probably
talking
said
about.
it right. The harder to say, the easier you say it.
It does seem to work that way.
I don't know why. Easy words, you can't. You don't.
Yeah.
Even, you just can't even.
And I kind of followed her, so I feel like that's kind of what they made Grown-ish into, like a different world type of thing, because it's the college campus, it's the different perspectives of like the different kids in college, people's backgrounds in college. That's kind of like a different world, so they could have kept it going into each generation, like she said, like a Grey's Anatomy.
I don't know. I fell off of Blackish very early on, because as funny as it it was very slapstick, very, cheesy, easy comedy. And I
Easy
liked it
peasy
at first because it
coming.
was just kind of light, funny, whatever the case may be. But I can only take so much cheese. You know what I'm saying? My tummy is very sensitive when it comes to,
You're very
to dairy.
lactose intolerant.
And it all it applies with my shows. I just can't. It just sometimes they overdo it, and you notice the longer a show goes on, the
The
wider
more
they have to.
cheesier sometimes. Yeah.
Because they have to stretch with their abilities, so they try to. But I think towards the later seasons, though, I think they got more.
It got better.
Being a show.
Yeah,
like
it definitely got a lot better. I think the cast was able to kind of develop, a lot more over the years of
Right.
it.
As they grew and
yeah, as the
Yeah.
characters grew up and they formed. But I definitely I did like Grownish, but I feel like it was more of a, and it is to me more of the adult parenting
Grownish.
shows, but Grownish is more of like the kid shows, if that makes sense.
It does. I don't know. I think when it really comes down to it, I have way too many shows that I like the more. I don't want to say
You
drama,
like I was gonna say
but I
you
like the real,
the
like the ones that have real situations and real,
they had real
drama.
problems.
I guess.
Yeah, because I guess Grownish was more. It wasn't like a action based like drama storyline. It was more like just family. Like, okay, your kid's dealing with this. Okay, this happened in school, type of thing. It wasn't like how some of the other shows are. It's like boom, plot line.
Yeah,
this plot.
that's what
twist.
I'm saying. So the shows that have like each episode, there's an issue, but there's a resolution at the end of each episode type thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really a huge fan of. Now, there is like Criminal Minds where a lot of the times each episode is a different case or whatnot, but then there's always that underlying story that goes throughout all of the episodes.
Show. Yeah.
So, I mean, if there's nothing for me, basically, if I don't have to watch each episode for me to be able to follow the story, then you're not going to keep me engaged, because I know no matter what season it is or episode it is, I could jump back in and watch one and it'll be fine. I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
For the most part.
And that's how grown-ish storyline kind of is. Kind of like it's an underlining story, and you wouldn't know the history between certain characters unless you watched previous episodes.
Right.
But still, that's kind of how Grownish was a little bit too, because I mean, you wouldn't really know the dynamic of the mom and the dad if you really didn't watch the previous episodes to see like how his mom treated him, the traumas and all that kind of stuff. But like you said, it just depends on each person. I can only watch like prison and like drama movies or shows for so long before I'm like, you're gonna keep doing the same crime. Like Breaking Bad was just like so annoying to me, because how many times are you gonna break into jail and break out of jail and break back into jail? Just stay there. Stay there.
I don't think I ever watched that whole show.
You never watched Breaking Bad?
No.
You ain't missed nothing.
I watched some of it, but I don't think I ever watched that entire show.
You ain't missed much.
Mm-mm.
You ain't missed much.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Sorry.
No. You know what I did? I watched the beginning of that show, and then I watched the final episode
of Breaking Bad. Oh, But did they have a final episode? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Grey's Anatomy, though, and that's
I watch.
You know
Grey's.
what?
Don't you speak ill of Grey's?
No, I'm not speaking ill. I'm just saying sometimes the double standards. I love Shonda Rhimes, and she was brilliant for the whole scandal and everything. But what I'm saying is, and this kind of goes to the debate that we were having earlier, in a sense, with certain shows and certain demographics. Like, I do feel as if sometimes when there are other races in charge of a show, for some reason, it does not get the full length time that some other shows would be. Like when I think of an ER, my mom watched ER, and ER was on for years. Like when I say like there was, I mean, look at SWV. Look how many spinoffs it is of SWV Law and Order. Is it SWV? What is it? Is it SVU? What is it? Soup Vision Kitchen? I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them.
Look at that show. Look at the SWV show. That
Is
they've
it
been on
SWV?
forever. No,
What is it?
it's SVU is one of the, it's Law and Order,
Oh,
but SVU is one of the Law and Orders. But
well, you
look at
know.
SWV. That's been on TV forever.
Oh, that's the singing group. SWV.
Yeah. I
Oops.
was waiting to see where you was going. I'm like, they had a show. I didn't see that show.
Oops. My bad.
I
But y'all
didn't
know what
see
I
that
meant.
one. Yeah,
That show has been on for years,
Yeah.
and they've been able to have a spinoff. But sometimes when it gets to our culture, we're like, oh, I hate the fact that they have a spinoff and this is going on and that's happening
Right.
forever. But it's like every other show supports their 82,000 episodes and season 85,000. Why can't we be the same way?
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier on another platform where we happened to luck up and
We
get
happened
on
to
earlier. That was pretty
stumble
cool.
across.
Like, it was kind of cool having us both in one place on another platform. That was dope. But talking about how it seems that black folks have a really hard time with supporting each other.
Yeah.
But they'll openly clamor after brand names that are openly not really caring about our culture yet.
Yeah.
Yet it's a big thing for you to wear their brand. Like, why? What makes you so cool when you go get a Gucci shirt? Like,
And not feel cool in the Fabu.
right? Just because it's so expensive that other people can't afford that shirt. How does that make any
I
sense?
mean, but Fabu could raise their prices like that, and if they did, people would be like, "Oh, why they charge
Well,
people
yeah,
that
they'd be
much
like,
for
yeah,
that
it's
type
just
of thing?"
FUBU. Okay, well, it's just.
And don't get me
Gucci.
wrong, I understand that Gucci had a whole documentary. Was it Gucci or was it Versace that had the Netflix documentary telling the
Versace.
story? Okay, so Versace had their
Yeah.
whole like documentary telling like what happened and all this kind of stuff. And I understand it goes into the fabrics and the textures and all those things, and I
Yeah.
get that. But
Antonio
to a
Reach,
certain
what's up, my brother?
extent, some of that fabric ain't really
Yeah,
fabric.
listen, if I put it on and it doesn't feel like I'm getting a massage from 75 angels at once, then there's no reason I'm spending more than $25 on a t-shirt.
If I put it on and
You
it
know what I'm
don't tell
saying?
me GPS in my tag,
Right.
and
Like, I just
you
put
know-
on one of those new station shirts we got, and I would pay more than I would pay for a Gucci shirt for one of
Yeah,
those
no,
because
I
the
agree.
fabric itself is, and it's never the fabric that anybody's buying.
It's
this for.
noise.
It's the name.
What Tiffany had to say?
This is not,
Like,
ain't no
this
roaches
is
in here or
noise.
nothing. Yeah, it just makes no sense. I mean, and this might be coming from somebody who, typically I didn't have the money to purchase those things, but again, I never really wanted to.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'll purchase that cost a bit of money, that like, I don't wear necklaces or earrings or rings or any of that, but I will invest in a watch. I'm a big fan of watches. I love how a nice watch looks on you when you're dressed up or whatever the case may be. But even then, I only usually wear either Guess or Fossil watches, which aren't any more than like $230 is the most I've spent on a watch. I don't think I'd ever spend more than that on a watch.
But see, me, I'm so weird. I know people are into watches and like they accessorize and they change them up for like attires. I will literally, I can't wear other watches. You know why? Because I'm so health conscious. I need to have my Fitbit or my Apple Watch on because I need to count these steps. So unless you have other watches, like I will change up my band to make it like I
which
have
is
on
why
like.
that's great. I mean,
But other than that,
majority of the time now,
I need to burn these calories, and I need to be held accountable for the calories that's being burned, and I need to be tracking them.
That's the great part. Okay, but see, even that, those Apple Watches are expensive as hell.
They are, but it's a one-time type of thing. Like you buy it and
the
then you just change the band.
And I think to a certain extent, I think Apple Watches, they were kind of starting to go down that route of like,
they were.
I'm successful because I have one. Yeah. Because of how much they cost, not even for the functionality of them or the practicality of them. Mm-hmm. It was more of, I'm technologically advanced because I have this watch and your broke ass can't get one.
Yeah.
And that's really what it all comes down to. If you want to be like that, then I will change it. I will change my brand to be $150 a shirt, and we'll put it out there like it's the most exclusive thing in the world. And now give it to these hood folk that want to just stunt on everybody.
Now,
And now I got the poppin' brand in town.
This is my question, since you said that, right? So we know that Kanye was saying that he wants to take his shirts and sell them in the store for $20, right? You did. You're the one who
I
told
said
me
he's
that.
never going to do it.
But
And
how
that's
do
what I
we
said.
know? Because what I start to think about is, right, when you do a contract and you technically, sublease or subuse your product to another company, you technically don't control the price that that company price gouges you
This
for.
is facts.
So what if it was Adidas and all these other people that was charging that much to try to make that much off of him, and he was realizing
that's what
like
he was saying. Like, if you watch that interview,
I have not watched it yet.
You got to watch it. I think that's the gist of what he was getting at, and that's why he said, he was like, how am I from Chicago, but there's not a store in Chicago, and yada yada yada. So I was like, okay, cool. And that's when he brought up the whole idea of, I'm gonna sell my stuff. So she asked him basically like, so if there was a young kid that came in there with she said like $20 or $30, whatever she said, she's like, would he be able to get a pair of Yeezys? And then he was like, he'll walk out of there with a shirt and some shoes and some blah 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 for $20. And I'm like, okay. Like, I wish somebody would record that and could hold him to that, because when that store opens, if it ever opens in Chicago, without a shadow of a doubt that none of that stuff is going to be able to be purchased for $20. I don't think. Maybe a t-shirt, maybe a t-shirt with a very small like Yeezy right here, like all it says is Yeezy, and it was written in marker. Not even by him, like one of his staff wrote Yeezy on it in marker. Didn't even spell it right.
It was Wheezy.
It's just a Y and a Z.
It's me in there. I'm like, Wheezy.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
I'm just being realistic.
I just was wondering, because I'm like, you don't control, like, that's one thing. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if that contract and that terminology is off or worded different, or it has guidelines in it, is really nothing you can do. I mean, look at the basketball players for college, right? How can schools make all that money off of athletes, but they cannot use any of those funds? Like, it goes into that. Now they're changing that, fortunately.
Facts.
But there was a point in time when they weren't changing that. That was not legal. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that's like, you can't tell me that people not out here banking big books off people.
Lamont the Lemon says, Ye's target demographic are people with parlor accounts and boat shoes.
Parlor accounts
I agree.
and boat shoes.
I agree. And that's the big thing too that a lot of people talked about, back in the day. And I feel like this conversation has gone away a bit, and it has everything to do with being affordable.
Affordable healthcare.
Black folks get on, right? Black folks get on and get rich, and they start brands, and they talk about giving back to the people and all of that. But like you said, they go to somewhere or a company where now their stuff is so far overpriced that all of these people who don't have all this money, they're spending all of their money to get this brand, right, which is your brand, and you're supposed to be giving back to people. So why not in the very beginning make everything affordable for the middle class or the lower class or the poor, like you said, so that we can be rocking nice. You said you got the best product out. Why can't we rock your nice product for cheaper than everybody else? Why do we still have to?
You know why?
Why?
Because that money talked. As soon as that money talked, it changed their perspective.
Well, but like you said too,
quick.
I don't even think for the majority of it, I don't even think that's really it. Because I guess they
because
they get that check from that company,
I'm gonna let you.
That company provides the pricing and all.
Yep.
But
or the company distributes it faster than they can.
But what did Sway say? What do we know now was the answer? Do it yourself, right?
BYOB.
Right. Bring your own balances.
No, be your own boss.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I said. You didn't hear me?
Or bring your own burgers. Just kidding.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
BYOCB. Bring your own checkbook. Oh.
BYOM. Bring your own money.
Negative. Not happening.
Listen, y'all. I cannot laugh. Okay, if I laugh, It is going to send me into a coughing spell that
Anaphylactic shock.
I do not want to do on air because I don't want y'all to think I'm trifling or I'm sick or anything.
Nah,
I'm
she ain't
not.
trife.
I'm not sick.
She may be trife, but she ain't sick.
I'm sick.
Oh.
Not really. Sick in the head, but
Factory.
sick in the head. I'm just kidding.
Factory.
I claim my craziness. Okay.
Ooh, I like this website.
What website?
So, if you guys were able to tune in on Monday, I did a segment called Heads Up. And I kind of want to keep doing that segment. It was pretty cool. I think on Monday I did national averages, like gas prices. I did
Heads
crime
up.
rates.
They're charging you this.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, heads up, don't go to the gas station today. It's way too expensive. So I want to find a different thing to do for every heads up segment. Today I was thinking of doing on this day for heads up. And it turns out there is an entire website.
Oh, dedicated to that.
onthisday.com.
Uh-huh.
Interesting, right? So, if you'd allow me to, I think I'm going to go ahead and do. What's up, Nathaniel Souls? We will catch up one of these days, brother. We missed each other the other day. I know you tried to hit me up, and I will be hitting you back.
Nathaniel. Well, I haven't heard anybody called Nathaniel in a while.
Nathaniel Souls.
In a while.
Okay,
like
so let me go back to the beginning of this. Let me see. History. What shall we do? All right, I'm just going to pick a bunch of these random things. I'm Cujo Speaks, and this is Heads Up. On this day.
Heads up, booties down.
Hey now. So perverse.
Sorry.
On this day in the year 439, the Vandals, led by King Gaiseric.
The Vandals?
Take Carthage. Okay, I can't do those.
Yeah,
I don't even know those words.
I was about to say, who is them folk?
Okay, how about this? On this day in 1330, 17-year-old English King Edward III captures his mother's lover and the country's de facto ruler, Roger Mortimer, at Nottingham Castle. Later has him hanged. Dang.
What?
Drama.
It's drama for your mama, son.
Heads up. On this day in 1899, Miguel Angel Asturias, James Bevel, 1936, and Peter Max were born.
Who is that?
I don't know. Let's try to find some people that we know in here. I don't know any. Oh,
we don't know nobody.
Today's Kamala Harris's birthday.
We don't know nobody. We don't know Nan.
Let's find out who died today then.
Wow, that's.
Hey, listen, this website has.
That's a real good one.
This website has everything.
With every new death, there is a new birth. So, why is my computer not plugged up? Is this not on? Is your computer charging?
Computer love.
Is your computer charging?
It is. Is your computer broken? I don't.
Yeah, you unplugged my cord.
I did not touch your cord.
When you plugged yours in, you unplugged mine.
See, this is what siblings do.
This is what they do. Mom, he unplugged my cord.
You see how she did? I'm over here just trying to give them deaths.
Okay, so
I'm just trying to tell people who died today.
No, you're trying to
and
make
you over here
death.
blaming me. I actually don't know any of these people though, so that kind of.
So let's keep them. Let's keep them over there.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Is this like just random people?
I don't know.
Nobody noteworthy that I can see here.
Anywho, so I want to bring up real quick. So I know that we said that we were going to do like recaps on like some of our topics that we've done, and we put out one of our episodes so far, and tomorrow you guys will be able to see another fully produced episode. We're giving them to you guys periodically, okay, as we see fit, because we want you guys to really be able to indulge and give us feedback on each episode accordingly. Yes. Now the very first episode we did, we talked about the bill splitting at the restaurants, right?
People still can't get that together.
And I'm coming to give you guys an update. So on there, I know that I did give a story, but I have another story that just recently happened
about a whole different situation.
About restaurant, like going to a restaurant.
Uh-oh.
So what I have found out, and this is what we need to kind of further investigate as well, is I think it's the restaurant fault.
Why?
It's the restaurant fault because what they are failing to tell you is if you, depending on which restaurant you go to, you may need to it's crazy the fact that you have to ask. The servers are not telling us these things. So if it depends if there's a group more than 4 or 6, they are starting to group bill. Like they're not allowing anybody
So
to
there's
split
not
the bill.
even you don't even get that opportunity to split.
Right. It's the restaurant who is causing this, not the individuals. And I'm sharing this story because, again, it happened to me. I went
like,
out.
I'm not paying for them appetizers.
And I'm not like being mad or mean at anybody because obviously, like, I paid it. Like, it was just like whatever, it is what it is. Like, I'm here. I'm not about to, make a fuss. But I can see where if I did not know any of these women. It was my sister-in-law's birthday dinner.
Okay.
And I went, and I had met all these women for the first time, and they were lovely women. But I mean, like, I just met y'all.
The bees was broke.
So before I went, my husband was already at work, and the kids were at home with my grandma. So I cooked dinner for the boys before I left the house because I'm going out. I'm not going to leave them at home starving. Right. So, and as any of you know, as a mom or anybody that cooks, as you cook, you nibble, right? Nice. And I mean, that's just is what it is. You're like, oh, this is good. This is real good.
Any good chef is going to taste their food.
You might as well have a whole plate by the time you're done cooking. However, I cooked before I left, so therefore I was not as hungry. Right. I literally said when I got there, I came for the drinks.
Right.
Okay? I came for the drinks. Mind you, I did not drink that much.
I remember this night too, because
this just happened.
That's what I'm saying. We were talking about it as you were supposed to.
As
I
was supposed to be going. Right. Boom. So I get there. Everybody's ordering whatever. I ordered me an appetizer. I ordered me like some mozzarella sticks. That was like $10. And then it was on a Sunday. So restaurants now, I didn't know this because I haven't been on a really long time. Sundays have drink specials. It's like a happy hour. So it was like $3, like mimosas, Long Islands, Bloody Marys, all this stuff, whatever. So I'm like, okay, bet. I'm about to really turn up. So I had me 2 Long Islands. They're $3. How much is that? $6. I had 2 of them. Mm-hmm. Plus my mozzarella sticks, that was like $10. So boom, that's like what, $26.
Okay.
Then they did a round of shots, and I would have covered my own shots. Boom, a shot's normally like what, $10. So rounded up, my bill would have only been like $26, maybe $30 at the max, plus a tip, $40. Right? Boom. That's literally all I had. Mind you, this is where the plot thickens that the servers jack up at. I feel that they should tell you when you come in, whatever's going to be on this bill, if this is a party of this, everything's going to be on one bill. Are you guys okay with that before taking people's orders, for one? Because a lot of the women, they ordered their food, but then 2 of the women ordered carryouts for like their mates. Oh. So they ordered carryouts for their mates, like extra chicken and stuff on their carryouts. Some other women ordered like multiple drinks more than what I had. So yeah, I can see how people would get upset. Yeah. Because when the bill came, they were like, no, we can split it, but it has to be evenly distributed on everybody's card. It's not a split like, oh, I only pay my half, I pay my half, and I pay this. It's an even split. So there was 5 of us. So I don't know what the bill was. I guess you can do the math. Each of us had to pay $77 for 5 people. So what's 77 times 5? I don't know.
350 something.
So 370. Let's see.
In the high 300s.
Times 5. Boom. 385. See? So that was the overall. That was the overall bill, and then the gratuity was equal into the bill as well. So he got an $11 tip from all of us. So you look at that. That's like a $60 tip. But the part that made me upset is, why would you guys group a bill together like that and you see people doing carryouts? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part where I can see
not
like
their concern at that point what the orders are, whether it's at the table carryout.
No, but that's the part that I feel like restaurants should inform their customers, because if I'm coming as a group, you should say, okay, if you're ordering a carryout, then you should order that outside the bill.
Typically that's on the menu. I've always seen it what the billing thing is. That disclaimer will be somewhere, either on the table, and it may not have been. Menu. It may not have been in this situation, but I've seen the only time that I've ever seen it. It's either on the menu or there's like there's something on the table that says it. Like there's
Yeah,
somewhere
and
it'll
that's all
say
I'm
it
saying. Like,
somewhere.
I feel that they should, if you see a party coming in, pre-warn the party. And
They
I feel like
should be
as an
told.
establishment, that's how you guys are starting these beefs and these fights, because you guys, like, everyone's like, okay, yeah, I'll take my bill, because
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
knew what they were coming in to pay. Because technically, I paid $77 for a $40 meal that I only ate, and I paid for someone else to go home with
Yeah,
carryouts, and I didn't have.
Yeah.
But imagine
See, I
if
don't
I would
agree
have
with
ordered
that.
carryouts like for my kids and all this stuff. I'm sure other people at the table would have been like, "Damn, I had to pay basically for her whole
Well,
kid's
hey,
dinner."
if that's how we roll, look, I'd have been like, oh, that's how we rolling.
But now, do you see why girls are taking
Yeah.
advantage of that?
No, I
Because
get.
now I go
See,
to a
yeah,
bar and now I'm ordering
yeah.
$400 worth of food, and everybody has to split it
I-
because it has to be equally amounts on every
Let me
card.
ask you this: had any of them been there prior and knew how that worked?
But see, we all had been there prior, but like in a party of
Weren't
two, in a
aware of
party of
that.
like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
never in a party of 6. So all of us was like,
Oh.
oh, okay, like we didn't know that.
Now,
So that's the hard part.
was it an equal conversation, or did it kind of get into that whole
No,
conversation?
it kind of just got into, okay, like what's it
Is
per
what it
person?
is
Yeah,
kinda
everybody was just
thing?
like, oh, okay.
Right.
I mean, we all family, we all cool. And I'm saying like
Yeah, yeah.
everybody was cool
But it
at the
could have
table,
been, but it
but
definitely
it could have
been.
went
That would have been one of
opposite.
those situations like you brought a homie with you, and homie didn't have it like
Yeah.
that, and now homie's mad, and homie bringing
Or
up
one of
the-
those situations where people just feel like, why do I have to pay for your carryout?
No, I get. Yeah, I understand that fully because, like I
'Cause-
said, I've always been open and honest about not having it a lot of times. But there were times where like I knew I had enough and I was going to stay within my means.
Yeah.
And now if that would have happened, then I'd have been embarrassed as hell.
And I mean, they all were like, "Oh, we feel bad because all you had was an appetizer and some drinks," and I'm like, "It's cool.
like,
It is
like
what
y'all
it is.
got it
Like
that.
you know what I'm saying? It
Now,
is
the
what it is. I'm
easy
not gonna make a
thing-
big fuss.
The easy thing to do would have been now in the
But
days
Cash App
of
it.
that's what I'm saying. In the days of Cash App and PayPal and all of those apps now, because that used to not be a thing. So it was like, here, I'll give
Yeah.
you the cash. Can you just use your card? And I'm like, I ain't got it on my card, dog. Like, I got
Yeah.
50 on that thing, and I was expecting.
But even
you
with
know.
that, think about it. I mean, you still gotta pay, and that's the messed up part because they shouldn't have did it like that. And I mean, I don't know if restaurants are basically like, oh well, we've lost out because that has happened, and they've had to chuck it up. So they're like, nah, y'all, we gonna make sure all y'all make sure this is covered. But as an establishment, that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying?
I think what it
Like,
comes
I don't
down to,
know. Or do it just depends on the place?
I think what it comes down to is because if you go to like any kind of liquor store or any of that or a gas station, there's a charge that you have to. It's like a 35-cent charge or a minimum or whatever the case may be. So I'm pretty sure when you're using a credit card or a debit card or whatnot, for each transaction, the vendor is getting charged for each transaction that's swiped with a card.
But that's a you problem.
So to take care of their you problem, all of yous is going to pay on one bill, and we're not splitting this up.
But
and
they
running
let
6
people.
transactions.
No, they ran 5 different cards.
When they build it all for
yeah,
one?
they just billed each card $77. So what's the purpose? You could have just let me pay for my portion, her pay for her
I
half.
have no idea.
They're like, oh no, we can only split it equally amongst however many cards it is.
So anyone who's ever been in the restaurant industry or knows how that works or why that would be a thing, can you please jump in and let us know why that is how it is? Because that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
either.
that doesn't make sense.
If that's not the problem, if swiping a certain number of cards isn't the issue,
then you
is
could
it
have.
because you guys can't do math or what's the issue?
But doesn't the computers automatically
It
do it
should.
for you? Like you can just regroup them
It
on
should.
separate bills.
The only other thing I
Because
could
if that's the
see-
case, I could have got another table and I'd have
Yeah.
just came over here and just sat
And
with
just
y'all and be like,
hung out
hey,
and then
or I could have
bring me out
ordered at the
separately.
bar.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm
The
saying?
only other thing I can think of is they're trying to negate human error and cut down on the human error aspect of orders and billing and all that, because it does get difficult when it comes to who got what and ringing this up and da 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 da. Like I could understand that, but if that was the reasoning,
Yeah.
But if that's not the reasoning and it's purely because you're lazy or whatever the case may be, you're causing a lot more issues. Then I think it's worth to do that. So
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know
I don't
what
know.
they be on. But yeah, I was like, this is definitely why people have been getting into fights.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
The companies are definitely the ones who are doing it.
Yeah,
But
I don't ever have to have that. problem anymore because I don't go out to dinner with anybody. I do not drink anymore or any of
But even
that.
if you go out
But
to a
if I
nice
did, I would be
meal,
drinking
and
Tuscan
again, like I
Kiss.
said, I was cool with paying it. I was just letting everyone know, like, oh, I like it's not just the people that's arguing.
Yeah.
Like, because I was thinking that, like, oh, why would y'all go out? Like, and as I was sitting there, I was so wondering to myself, like, how is
Are
this
any of
gonna
them
play
gonna
out?
right? Like you're
Like, I
wait,
was
you like
wondering.
quietly had your phone peeking above the table just
Yeah,
in
like,
case someone had an issue.
and then I'm definitely going to and I have to call that establishment back and file a complaint because
Uh-oh.
I was ticked off.
Uh-oh.
So mind you, it was seven. It was no, it was seven of us. It was seven of us, but it was six different cards because one person paid for the birthday girl.
Right.
But it's seven black women all dressed up. I don't know if you guys see my boomerang, but we were all dressed nice, casual, hair done, makeup done, everything. And the manager,
Uh-oh.
and I don't know if it's because I was talking about my watch because I was sitting on the table and she came over and she complimented my watch. She was like, "Oh, it's so pretty. I've been looking for a band for Amazon or for my Apple." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got it from Amazon, girl."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, like $20." She's like, "Oh, do you have the link?" So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So like
Like
I
she's
showed
cool people.
yeah,
At
so
least you
I showed
thought.
her the link or whatever, and I'm like, I do not mind, buying stuff. I'm frugal. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't mad. I'm paying $20. She's like, well, you mean $18.99? Because when I went back on the link, she saw how much it was, and I was like $18.99. I'm like, okay, plus tax and
Round it up,
shipping,
my
like
dude.
$20. And she like, well, I got Prime, so Prime don't cost.
So she's a one
Okay.
upper. Like, what's the point of that?
Okay, and so that was already like get them on there. Okay, girl, and bye.
Yeah, get away from me.
So after that was like before it was time to take the payment. And now it's time to take the payment, and again, none of us knew that like you couldn't split the bill or whatever.
Yeah.
So she came over and she started, telling us like, oh no, we only can do one card, yada yada yada. So as she's collecting the cards, she's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do this many cards. I hope no one cards get declined.
Oh. And I assume she was of the other persuasion.
Of course she was, and everybody just kind of
Like,
looked
what was
like,
the point of that?
like what was the point of that? Like, and that's what really made me say like,
now, okay. Here's the crappy part about that. As a table full of black women, had you or one of you guys at that point been like, yeah, all of these clients are all of these are now declined. Give me this back, and I need to see your
service.
boss.
Exactly.
Right now, it would have been a problem. Oh, well, I was just, there's no problem. Oh,
But she was the manager.
Why do you guys always got to be like that? So, still, where's your owner? I want you. Whoever's above you, I need to speak to right now.
And that was my whole point of view, because I'm like, I know for a fact you wouldn't have made this joke to any other race, culture, or anybody else at a table. But because you see 7 black women and we asked about a bill because it wasn't because we didn't have it. It was because we were unsure of how to pay because the guy who was serving us, it was only his second day. So could he have just not done his job properly and pre-warned us like he was supposed to? I'm not sure. But I know for a fact when I have made reservations before for that larger party, they've told me over the phone.
They usually ask, so
when you make a reservation.
Unless it's clearly stated somewhere, which it couldn't have been if none of you guys saw that. I've always been in the experience where when they come to take your order, they clearly state, is this going to be together or separate?
Thank you.
I've heard that so many times.
Thank you.
And at that point is when I'm like, separate.
Well, that's when everyone says it.
Nope,
he never said it, and he never clarified. So again, I don't know if that was his error because he was new. Because then I also, when we asked him, we were like, oh, what time do you guys close today? I don't know. It's only my second day.
How you not know when you get off work, my dude?
Thank you. You don't know what time you get off, fool?
I ain't never going to that Chili's.
Like, and it wasn't even a Chili's. And that's the crazy part. And it wasn't somewhere that's like, it wasn't like prestige. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all where it was because I don't care. It was Black Rock.
Oh,
it was Black Rock.
Yeah.
And me and my husband, we have been, and I'm not saying this to shame, but me and my husband, we have been there like plenty of times before. Like that used to be my go-to spot. Like I used to love them. Their steak. I told you this when I was
when
like,
I went for my anniversary.
man,
I
was like, their steak
Yeah.
used to be amazing, but their service.
I will say as well, when I went, I had some issues with the service as well. Not necessarily even with the person that was serving us, but there were individuals that worked there that we encountered that rubbed me the wrong way, and they weren't even my server. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was a very and I hate to be one of those people that's like, I don't like black people in there, but I mean, it was just the looks that you got, and because my wife is a white woman, I think there were some people in there that weren't fans of that, and there were some black folks there that were on the more hood side, so they were probably already aggravated because they didn't like my kind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it sucks that in the year 2022
we have to deal with that.
I was talking about that. Was it on air Monday? Yeah, I think it was. When I'm saying, like, just because of the color of my skin, I have to deal with certain things, and it sucks because if you talk to me, if you're listening on the radio right now, there's a good chance that without you seeing who I am, you would assume or think that I could be a Caucasian fella.
Same here. I mean, certain times.
Yes. I mean, obviously.
Me too.
So for you to meet, and you know how many times I do that on purpose when I'll speak to somebody on the phone that I know I'm going to see later who doesn't know me, I will purposely over Caucasianize my voice just so I can see the look on your face when I
finally meet you. Yeah.
You turn and find out I'm a 6 foot, 240 pound tattooed black man.
Just take it back.
Some people, the honest ones, are like, can I be honest with you? And I hope this doesn't offend you. And I'm like, well, you didn't think I was black, huh? Honestly, no, I did not. I did
you
not.
ain't think that, huh?
Yeah. It's sad, but at the end of the day, we all know. It's very well true. We all know it's the way of the world. So.
Yeah, but I just had to share that story with you because that happened to me Sunday, and I wasn't able to talk to you guys Monday because I was at home. And I wanted to share that story Monday, but y'all saw my kids were in the way.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. But I think the only people I would probably even go out to dinner with would be people from the station. So like you and Jay and 2K, and I know the only beef I'm gonna have when the bill comes is y'all gonna try to not let me pay nothing, and then that's what I'm gonna be mad about. Like, excuse me, waitress, can you please split this and bring me mine separately without them seeing
bring me everything and everybody's
and let me pay for all the appetizers, but don't tell nobody.
I was gonna say literally. I had to do that before. I had to like pretend I was going to the bathroom and like slip the money to the server or whatever. Because I mean, but again, the ladies that I went out to eat with, like nobody had a problem with paying or anything like that. Yeah, which is beautiful. But I'm just saying to the restaurants, they need to let their customers know.
Unless you want to end up on World Star or TMZ, it don't be
because in a lot of cases that very well could have went wrong. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a bunch of hot black rocks on the table too. You better quit playing with people.
Man.
Woman hit in face with searing black rock.
Like literally. But I can see why people are fighting at establishments. Now imagine if somebody would have ran that bill up $1,000.
Yeah.
And you talking about we gotta split this equally, and all I had was like maybe $85 worth of food.
I'm cool.
Yo, people really gonna be in there brawling.
Look, I'm the kind of person that in that situation, there ain't no reason to argue. Look, all I got is this. So if you want to run that on my car, cool. Look, all that's gonna happen is it's gonna get declined if you try to run more than what I got on there. So ain't no reason for me to fight with you. And look, if y'all want to look at the bill and y'all want to see that I only had $40 worth of stuff and that I have enough to cover mine, I don't feel bad in this situation. This ain't on me.
Look, and then she tried to be all nice and was like, "Oh, you want me to take a picture of all of you guys?" And I you know me, I'm petty, so I'm like, "Yeah, you can take a picture of all the people who car just didn't decline." Like, you know me, I said that.
You know what I should have done in the picture? That's
We
what
should
the
have.
post should have been.
We very well should
Everybody
have.
say the manager's racist. Manager's
Racist.
racist.
But yeah, that's
Wait, my
definitely
bank account works.
mean.
I got it going out and the not going out, and I'm in the not going out zone.
And
right
it's
now.
in the not going out for you, ma'am. It's definitely in the not
Lamont
going
knows.
out.
Okay, so
for
me
you.
and Lamont, that's my brother. Like I literally haven't, bro. You know, it's been like 12 years since we've seen each other. But when we were inseparable and going out constantly together, it was one or the other of us would pick it up every time. Whose turn is it? You know what I mean? There was never an issue. There was never a problem like that.
Yeah.
You know, if we were around a bunch of people, Juice in the building.
Hi, Juicy.
Juice, my wife says she wants to switch over and use you as her nail tech. So I need you to get in contact with my wife. But we never had that problem. I guess we were young and in the military too, so it was like we was trying to ball out. So we went out with a group of people like, no, we got it, because we had it. But I mean, there's sometimes just because you're on the struggle bus a little bit doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to go out and enjoy. As long as you have enough to cover your own and to cover a tip, you shouldn't be in the position to have to split a bill that you can't afford. Why put people in? It's not. People be making fun of other people for not having the money to do that.
Yeah.
But isn't it more? Why would you need me to pay for some of your meal?
And that's the part that I'm like,
like,
why not warn people
I
beforehand?
ain't buying nobody's sandwich.
So therefore, the ladies could have been like, okay, because if they would have been like, okay, this is going to be split. Now I'm sure they felt bad too that other people had to pay for their carryouts. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, they could have been like, okay, I'll order what I want. Once we close out this tab, I'll go to the bar and order. That's what I'm saying. Had they known, they probably would have done that because I would imagine that I would feel a little bit bad if I found out that people were paying for my carryout. You know what I'm saying?
And if it was more of an issue, like I said, these days there's less of a problem because there are ways to easily transfer however much money to another person. But back in the day, before all of those things were a thing, like for us military folks, a lot of us have USAA. USAA doesn't have branches anywhere except for like Texas. So if I spend something on my card and that's the only bank I have and you give me cash, I can't go deposit that cash into my account.
Oh, because there's no bank.
And if I have bills and stuff coming out of that account, I have no way to get funds into that account. So there are people out here on this planet that do have issues like that. I was in that position. I'm like, I don't care if you give me cash. That does nothing for me. I need this money in my account.
I need it right now.
It's got to be. It's
now you
JG
have
Wentworth
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, now you have all of those ways. So in that scenario, for me, I would have been like, okay, well, who's got Zelle? We can all Zelle you this money that from our, you know what I mean, and how we can work.
Zelle me now. What did she say, the lady?
Zelle me now for your free reading.
For your free reading and your
Miss Cleo's phone.
And your money back guarantee.
Your money back guarantee.
Yeah.
I wish I would have called Miss Cleo.
Call Miss Cleo. Why?
I don't know. It would have been fun. She could have told me if them fools was gonna split the bill or not. Then we wouldn't have had the problem.
Could she have though?
Probably. I don't know.
We don't know.
You were just trying to tell me she wasn't real?
No, she ain't. What was yesterday? The 13th? The 16th? What's today?
The 18th?
Oh,
yesterday was 18th? I would feel remiss if I did not do this.
What?
Yesterday was my baby girl Haley's 16th birthday.
Oh, yay!
And
Haley.
we are talking again. I don't know if I ever told you.
Oh, yay! That's
so
good.
We started talking again a little while ago.
That's good.
You know, so I feel like I had to say that.
Well, happy birthday, Haley.
Even though I know she ain't listening.
Haley, it's your day.
Hey, Haley.
It's your day. Do. Happy birthday.
16 years old.
Is she doing a sweet 16?
Negative. Because they was trying to hand us. They was trying to hand us the bill. Look, they was trying to hand us the bill, and I was like, I'm not splitting that bill for the 16th birthday.
Oh, she went out to eat or something?
No, she took herself out. She got a job now. Look, in my household, once you get a job, you 1 foot out the door. Basically, I'm not paying.
You gotta go.
I ain't paying nothing. Lamont said Miss Cleo is my new Halloween costume idea, and I agree with that. I think that's a pretty good Halloween idea. I should be Miss Cleo for Halloween. And I can just walk around.
You got the bald head.
Come in now. Well, she wasn't bald. She had dreads, didn't she? Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I
Why
think
you-
she bald now. She didn't see that coming.
Is she still living?
I'm
I
just
thought
kidding.
she died.
Did she? Did Cleopatra die? Let's look
Now
it
am
up.
I killing people like you used to?
How you spell her name? Cleopatra.
Yeah, it wasn't Cleopatra, was it? Wasn't it just Miss Cleo?
I thought it was Cleopatra.
You talking about the ancient goddess?
Oh, Cleo.
She wasn't no goddess.
Cleo. What is it? Psychic.
Call me now for your free reading.
Let's see. Did
Lot of
Cleo
mercy.
Psychic die? Oh,
She did, didn't she?
in 2016.
Should have predicted that. I'm so sorry.
She died at the age of 53.
Oh,
How she died? Now I want to know.
lying.
Probably.
Oh, I don't feel bad. She
Probably.
was a liar and a swindler.
A swindler. Wow, I haven't heard
You
that
know,
word.
good swindler.
Heard that word in a while.
I'm old. Leave me alone.
Oh, she had cancer.
Look, it dinged for you. Ding.
Right, it got
Time's up.
Did she know?
Look, I wonder. I think I've gotten so desensitized to death, and especially if it's somebody I don't know or if they've done dirt in the world, I don't really have a lot of sympathy for death. I'm kind of numb.
A
to
lot
it.
of people have just been numb
I'm very numb
to
to it.
death. I
Even
mean,
the close, like, so the beginning of this year, what was it, January? I had three deaths back to back. Remember when it's all in funerals back to back?
Yep,
I believe it was in
that.
January.
In January.
And after that, I was just like, dude, like, okay, I get it now that really is just part of life, and I can't stop it. I can't be boo-hooing every time somebody passes. I can't.
Because unfortunately, it's the way of life. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen to
Everybody's gotta go.
everyone.
Now, does it suck when someone leaves before their time? Absolutely.
But what's technically their time?
What we would think, somebody who's in their 40, like my homeboy Gus was, I don't even know if he was 40 yet, to be honest. He might have been 40 or early 40s, but
yeah,
when it's that, when you, the illusion of you having so much time or having so much life left, or all those things that people say, it obviously is gonna suck. And more than sucking, it's just shocking because you didn't think they're too young for that,
yeah.
But at the end of the day,
what's too old?
Yeah, there's people that are 102, 115. Like, I don't even know if I'm in a lot of pain now. I turn 37 next month, and I am in so much pain that I can't even imagine how I'm gonna feel in my 60s and 70s and 80s. My stepdad is 85. I think he turns this year. And watching him be in so much pain, I'm like, dog, I feel you, because how you look right now is how I feel. So you're telling me in 50 years
you're not gonna be worse than that?
I'm gonna be like, arthritis is I'm gonna be a ball of nothing.
You ain't gonna be able to wipe your own booty.
Shut up, Lamont. Lamont is 2 days older than me, fool. Shut up.
Oh, he said he's old too now?
No, he said I'm old. And this fool's 2 days older than me.
Oh, you making yourself even older, Lamont.
We go into the same nursing home. That's probably when we're gonna see each other for the first time again.
Y'all.
In the nursing home. Well, where's your fourth quarter socks? You told us it wouldn't be cold. I was gonna say, don't even look at my bag because I got some in there too. I should put my fourth quarter socks on right now. Let me know. I forgot to take pictures last night.
Let me see.
In my goodie bag.
Let me find out.
Tuscan Kiss goodie bag.
I thought I put a pair in here.
I will be checking my bag before I leave, and if I'm missing any socks, you are the culprit.
Oh, you know what? I put them on my.
Got him. You got the Krugers?
This isn't the color that I wanted to bring.
Those ain't the Freddies?
I have so many different pair of fourth quarter socks. I was gonna wear the purple ones today because I had this purple hoodie on, but I'm also wearing.
I got some purples.
This is what I meant to wear. Fourth quarter sport shirt.
Got him.
Boom.
Got him.
Maybe I should have wore this on the interview. I guess we should air the interview today then.
Yeah, we can, especially since we're talking about it.
I'm wearing the shirt and the socks.
Right.
I just put my socks on the counter.
Right. Plus, we are kind of just BSing today. Today's a real light day.
Yeah, today's a real light day just because it's been so much heavy stuff.
It's been busy.
I saw.
It's been busy all week.
I haven't even had a chance to even go into that. With freaking Tia's husband, he came out and he did like a video and like an apology or something
Yeah,
like that,
this is what
confessing
I've
his
been.
love or something like
This is what
that.
I've been wanting to hear.
I haven't watched it yet.
What
I haven't got a chance to
happened,
watch it.
girl? So, which I thought you said he didn't cheat.
No, he didn't.
So
He
what is
just
he
like
apologizing for?
he's just like trying to save his relationship or something like that. Like,
On the interwebs? Well, who is he? Future now?
like baby, don't leave, don't go, baby.
No, I talk that slick talk. That
Baby,
slick talk.
please stay.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I don't know if it'll let me. Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see what in
Man.
luck.
I don't know if I even
Wow.
want to talk about yo homie. I think we should save that for
Who?
yay. I think we should save that
Yeah,
for
because I haven't watched
Friday.
I haven't watched.
Yeah, so
it.
do some. Anybody who's been watching this whole yay controversy, just tune in on Friday because I think we could dig into the whole thing from start to finish.
We're gonna unpack it. The
We're
only way that I
gonna.
could air it is if I end that and run it.
It won't let you put it on like the slideshows and stuff where that was at.
It. I mean, yeah, we could.
Like
so
we
in,
do
in
everything
30
else?
in 30 minutes,
Yeah.
we'll air it. Now, I did not watch the full
We ain't talking
Kanye.
about it. We ain't talking about
Okay.
it.
Okay,
'Cause
I didn't
want you
watch
to-
it yet,
I want you to watch it
but
all.
I thought they took it down.
The Drink Champs one?
Yeah,
I think they did, but it was on the interwebs for long enough, so I'm sure you can
people
find
can
it somewhere.
reshare and
If you go to
restream.
Reddit, Reddit is a place where you can find anything.
I'm so scared to go on Reddit.
It is a dangerous place. I have found some of the most like I feel perverse for finding some of this stuff.
I mean, I just
Did I
again
search for it.
I thought
Yes,
that
but
Reddit was a
place
bad
for a book review place.
sex site.
I done read it.
I thought it was a sex site.
I mean, you can't not call it a sex site. You
See,
can
I don't
find-
want to go on there.
No, but you just be careful.
I don't want
Let me
that
say
in my
this.
search web.
Let me say this. Be careful what you type in the search bar.
Like, how did you see? Like when I typed in the search bar when I was looking for that girl who was dancing. Was that not the funniest thing ever?
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, my
dog.
goodness. I forgot to put. I forget to post all. That's why we need interns. I forgot to post Doodoo Girl. I still. Oh man.
The Doodoo Twerky girl.
Doodoo Twerky Girl.
And I was trying to show someone the video, and I was trying to find the video. And as I'm trying to find the video, it's like all these weird video links popping up to try to find it. And I was like, oh yeah, let me get off of this.
Right. I'm like, what
and
are
just
you?
ask him for this link.
I typed it in and found it right away.
How?
I typed Y&J concert.
See, I didn't know who the guy was,
Yeah,
so I didn't
that's
put
the
Y and J.
problem.
All I just put was girl doo while twerking on the stage.
Yeah,
And
was
it brought me a
Kentucky
little bit of
State.
everything.
I want to know the story though. Like, I
Of
wonder
what?
if anybody's of that video.
Oh, if anybody spoke out about it?
Yeah, I don't. Nobody
I
has.
wonder.
It's
Oh,
just
how
the
I
videos out there.
wonder.
That's sad. I feel
It
bad
is
for her,
very sad.
but I want to know the context. Why was your booty so loose, girl? What's wrong with you?
She was probably party popping the night before.
Why is your booty loose?
She was probably partying.
Why
Party,
is
yada, yada, yada,
your
yada, yada, yada.
booty
Not-
loose? Should I make a song
Not
about
party. Oh, speaking of a party,
it? Oh.
Partisan and Megan Thee Stallion
gosh.
celebrated their 2-year anniversary the other
It's
day.
only been 2 years.
It really has only been 2 years. But one thing I do want to say is I'm happy how they've been able to
Booty.
keep their relationship out of the spotlight. Like, you don't
For a
know
while
if they're
they didn't,
together.
though.
But I think that a lot of couples are finding it's easier if people don't think that we're together.
Yeah.
Because when they think that they're together,
And that's why all the
Um,
rumors of them breaking up and stuff happened because people thought for a while they had broke up.
yeah. But when
Booty
people are
meat.
together, think about how many stories. Oh, I see him with this person. I see him with that
Yeah.
person. But if you don't really know if we're together or not, then you're not gonna send me anything. You're not gonna
Yeah,
proclaim. You're
facts.
not gonna, jump and be in people's business.
Facts.
So
Did you ever hear that song? It reminded me. Oh my goodness, that Soldier Boy song, "Booty Meat."
yeah,
BOOTYME. AT, you know what that spell, booty meat.
it was him, and then there was another one. Booty me down.
Oh,
Booty me down.
Booty me down. Oh my
Booty
goodness.
meat, yeah.
That Booty Meat song was the best. That was the absolute best song in the world.
That was
That
the booty
song,
songs back in the day used to be very
oh, it was
poppin'.
so funny. That song, and then me and Lamont's favorite song for a long time, and I know you remember this, was Check Your Coat.
What is that?
I forget who, I know Lamont's gonna know because I think you sent it to me not long ago. Just check your coat. Oh, who was
Just
it?
check your code.
Check your coat. It was damn, I gotta look it up now.
Check your coat.
Look,
Never
you said,
heard
yeah,
that.
but who was it though? Hold on.
Check.
I'm about to find it right now.
Hmm.
O'Neal McKnight.
Don't even know who that is.
You don't remember O'Neal McKnight? You know
Nope.
why? Because he had one song. It was Check Your Coat.
One hit wonder.
That was it.
One hit wonder.
I don't think he ever.
When did this come out? No.
I'm only gonna play a short 2008.
2008.
I'ma
Oh, that's
play a
probably
real
why.
short-
Where was I in 2008?
Come on, man. Get into the song.
Mm,
What is this? This the bootleg version?
it came out. No, my people in the front, my people in the rear. Y'all jam to
Just
that?
check the coat. Oh my god. Me and Lamont used to love this. Was okay. Keep in mind, this was. I mean, it was 2007, 2008. You know, we was in the. You think of all the music that was out back then.
I don't
it was
remember
for the most part.
2008.
For the most part, it was like this was one of the hottest.
Now I
songs
gotta
out.
know what song came out in 2008 because
Right, like what were the top songs? Let's go.
when I grew up, see,
Billboard.
nope. I kissed the girl, so whatever you like. In the air, yeah, no, I don't know how
That
that
was-
song slipped through the crack.
What you
That
talking
song like
about?
the 80s with the Roger Rabbit.
Just
What was his
check
name?
code. It was.
Just check your coat.
Check your coat.
Why are you checking your coat?
Because they was at the club. Check
They
your
had-
coat. Just check code.
Oh, check your coat in, and then like you get on the
You
dance
get
floor.
on the dance floor. See?
Oh.
Don't you hate on
Okay.
O'Neal?
That kind of that sounds. I'm sorry. I just gotta.
Something surprising just happened?
Yeah, I just got a cow shop.
Oh, hey. Let me check mine. How come I ain't getting on? Yeah, Rooster Punch made all the music hot.
That's worse than
I
what's
thought it was
that? The
Pigeon.
butt
You always
song?
say Rooster Punch. It was Pigeon Punch.
You ever seen that song? The
The
butt song?
Butt song?
What? In
the
the butt.
butt. Yeah, that was
That-
the jam. That was our jam
That
too.
was better than the
Oh,
coat.
was it? You have to listen to the whole song, man. You only got a little bit.
I heard the bootleg version in the beginning. I'm just kidding.
The Way I Are, Timbaland and Carrie Hilson.
Carrie Hilson.
Yeah,
What song?
that's not. That was Daughtry.
I was
missed
about to say that does not sound like Carrie
I
Hilson.
missed it.
I did love some Daltrey back
Gavin
then, though.
Rossdale. All right, I like this list.
Jonas Brothers, Pussycat Dolls, Pink, Saving Abel, back then Coldplay, Jason Mraz. Oh, I can't believe I'm yours.
That was a jam. That was 2008.
Yeah. Madonna. Oh my gosh. Speaking of them, did you see that post Britney Spears made? Oh, I forgot you unfollowed her.
No, I had to.
She literally was like, it's a new movie dropping this weekend. The mother effing P lips. And like literally was like,
No.
oh my
Was it just out?
goodness.
It was out there. And
Yeah, they put like a little peach emoji or something like that on
Over
it,
the
and like and over her boobs. Yeah, and she's like laying down.
Wow.
I was like, okay, Brittany. Okay,
that's-
Brittany.
That's why I had to follow her. And I don't know why she constantly looks like she put on mascara and then cried before she goes.
Yeah, her mascara, the running mascara is not.
Is that a theme? Like that's what is that her style now?
I don't know. Is that the golfy like theme of it?
I don't
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
I'm mad at her new husband. Like, why are you not telling her that none of this is dope?
Yeah, that's my only thing because at the end of the day, you do have children, and they do have to grow up and see these things, happening, going around.
You just letting it ride like
Like nothing.
I forgot about this song.
What's going on?
Forgot
I'm
about
the
that
biggest boss
song.
that you've seen.
Isn't it if it's under
and it's
3
just
seconds,
another.
they can't get us for copyright stuff? So they shouldn't bother me.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
We don't
Is it
bother
two?
me.
Is it ANY or is it ENY? Brittany.
It's Brittany.
Is it two T's?
Britteny.
He said titty.
Mm.
Ah,
No, you did. You taking that fine.
I think we can say that though.
Oh, word. Today.
Oh, I think did they delete her account? I was trying
After
to pull
that
up.
one,
Yeah, I was trying to like pull up the pictures or whatever. Maybe it's not NY. Maybe it's ANY.
it should pop up if you type in anything near her name. I would assume.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's NY or ANY. So
Big Girls Don't Cry. But
I
Fergie
love
came out that
song.
year.
Big girls don't
Hypnotize,
cry.
Plies, and Akon. Oh man,
That was the year.
I gotta do a whole 2008 playlist. Where me and
Akon
Lamont
and
used to
Young
have a
Jesus.
CD with like Gucci Man Lemonade was on there, and
Lemonade,
I think a bunch of Young Money. I can make your bed
Okay,
rock.
lemon.
We used to play that CD. Like we'd have parties at the house, and that was like, oh, put the mix on, bro. Put the mix on.
I got
It was the same
lemonade.
CD we played every time, but like if we wanted to freshen it up, we'd start in the middle instead of starting at the beginning because I think Lemonade was the first song on it.
I definitely remember Lemonade.
That's hilarious.
That was the Gucci that I liked.
That was
Girls
the first.
are like buses.
That was the original Gucci before the
He
clone.
is still original. Okay.
Before the clone Gucci.
He's not a clone.
Brittany is with one T, by the way.
Okay, it's one T. Is it ANY or
E. Britney.
That's probably why it ain't popping up. BRITNEY.
Yep, I know you remember that CD.
I think no, they had to delete her page. They had to delete her page because it's literally not pulling up anymore. And I just had saw this post like yesterday.
No, I'm gonna find it. You watch. I'm basically like a private investigator.
Oh, I found it, but
it's not on there. Is there more? There's more.
Why did they? Oh gosh, I gotta get off this.
Is it like a P site?
I don't know. Click on the first one. I don't know.
Oh.
Why they actually do that to her, or why did she do that to herself? Shall I say? I'm not gonna say to her.
But that's not even. This is all the stuff. Oh, that can't be real. Oh no! Oh no!
That sounds okay. I gotta back up.
Oh my eyes!
What is it? If you guys are listening in your car or anything like that, we came across the Britney Spears post. Wow, even if you just put it on Google and just hit images,
dang,
that is terrible. Like,
that's sad.
And I mean, it is sad. Like, why is she like all of a sudden just being like this nudist
because
person?
her new, I'm blaming her new dude. He's probably like, come on, babe, it's sexy. You should do free yourself.
But for the world to see,
free your mind and your breasts will follow.
Literally, that's what.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's what she's doing.
Goodness gracious,
what she's doing.
Grossness.
I mean, that was very traumatizing to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm shook.
I'm definitely.
That's the sad thing too, because obviously back in the day she was sought after and beautiful, and you know whatever the case may be. But now it's like, dog.
It's just one of those things that is just like, at the end of the day, after all that she's fought through, you just wish that it was more coming from this situation. You know what I'm saying? Although, yes, a person needs to heal, they need to go through things, and they need to evolve, but you would still just hope that you would see more healing of her and not just more wilding of her. And I think that's the part that's kind of taken everybody by surprise a little bit. Like, oh, we want to see you heal, girl. We don't want to see you out here wilding and being cray like that.
Yeah,
it has just come to my attention. Although this Ethernet cord has been here,
not plugged in.
Huh?
What? Not plugged
in?
No,
it's plugged in, but the option has still been like the Wi-Fi is still in the background, so you have to turn the Wi-Fi off in order for it just to stay on one thing. Yeah, because Wi-Fi works as like a 2-time hussy.
So it's been glitching the whole time, huh?
No, I mean it's not glitching, but I wonder if that's why. Maybe I don't know. You guys let us know if it's super duper clear or not. I mean, you guys would be the only ones that would know when you watch the show. When you watch
her back
the show.
muscles do look good though.
Yeah, that's from doing all those spins.
I never thought she was a good dancer either.
I mean, with choreography, I mean, yeah.
No, I never once was like, ooh, she'd be killing it on the dance floor. No. No.
Baby.
I was never a
don't
fan
you
of that.
wanna
Not even once.
dance up on me?
Not even once.
Y'all shocked that I know some Britney Spears. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, okay?
Because I name my name. You know she got a new song out with Elton.
Who?
Sir Elton John.
I wasn't really an Elton John fan.
I forget which song they did. It's a remake of one of his songs.
I wasn't really an Elton John fan.
I don't know who was.
I think he made slower music for like older people, in my opinion.
The song that I did always like though was the one that he made for Princess Diana.
What song was that?
Goodbye, English Rose. In our hearts. And it seems to me you live your life like a candle in the wind. You almost had it. If I'd have wrote it on cue card.
Like, listen, you know what I kind of want to do? And I was thinking of this in the car yesterday. So yesterday, y'all, I'm gonna post a video. I had a closing yesterday, and I was very reluctant to take it, but you know, being a loan signing agent, I do like kind of driving and seeing different areas, and I was able to. It was an hour and like 20 minutes away there, and then an hour and 20 coming back. So I was on the road for maybe like 4 hours out of my day yesterday.
Was probably like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, probably about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. But I got a chance to, you know, hit the road, and there's something about the open road that just kind of like freeze your mind.
If you don't get out here talking about an hour and a half drive, talking about the open road. You know, I took a nice long road trip today, and it really, you know, was relaxing.
I mean, in the middle of your day, I mean, that is like a nice little open road trip.
I got a chance to really get out and see the country, you know.
You know, it was a nice little.
Talk to me when you drive to Kentucky.
Okay, I drove to.
Anyway.
I drove to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So
okay, so I'm sorry.
So I was out driving.
Continue.
Boom. I wanted to take a picture because
you left the city limits.
I was in a city called Pettysville.
Ooh,
yes, I was in a city called
how did
Pettysville.
You not?
Because I was driving and I was already didn't know where I was, and I was not about to take my GPS off to get lost.
Pettysville, skeet skirt, like.
And guess what? The first street sign on Pettysville was
Princess Way,
Hooker's Road.
Get out of here.
And there was another road that was like Hell's Road, and I was like, oh, I gotta go, because whoever made these signs over here, y'all were very petty, and y'all are not about to get me lost.
I bet you the strip clubs in that town are litty.
It was so weird, but I want to start. As I was driving, all of this had to happen in order for me to tell the story. Anyways, I was singing songs in the car, like old school songs that like was my real jam, and I was like, dang, we should do like some lip syncing segments and like just post them like just for fun, like so people could just like see like our personality wise.
I would kill that,
because I think if we did like weekly videos, like I do one and you do one, and it could be anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could use a green screen room.
Or we could just randomly catch them during our days in our normal everyday life.
I want to do a whole song.
Right, but I'm saying, like, we don't have to be here in the studio. Like, we just
that's
got
what I'm saying. Yeah, like, we're just shooting,
just set our camera up and just go ham. I'm down with that.
So we might start bringing y'all lip syncing segments.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
Now, again, it's lip syncing, so we would actually be able to, like, we can play them as in. I think that would be funnier than like, listen, I love music artists and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's entertaining. But if we did like lip singing commercials, that's entertaining and fun. Like, Come on, because it's still music. Because we're not singing over it, so they still get to hear like the good quality of songs. But we're just
Oh
silly.
my! So like instead of
You know
playing,
what
like
I'm
we'll be right back. Check out. Here's the
new song. Like so, the car. So I'm sorry to the people who are listening in your car. If you're listening to your car, you're gonna hear a regular song.
So you're like,
but if you're watching on
the
YouTube,
newest song by who an artist by Billie Eilish just
we're
dropped
about to
today.
be
We're gonna
Will Acrovich.
we're gonna we're gonna debut the new Billie Eilish video, and it's me.
for copyright for copyright infringements.
It's me. Oh man, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
think
incredible.
that's funny, and I
See,
don't
look,
think anyone's
somebody
doing
was
that.
watching, but I said that and they went away.
They went away because they don't see the vision.
Oh,
They don't
that's
see the
good.
vision
Oh,
and
that
understand
is-
the goal
that
and the
is
glory
rich.
of it. But I was like, that. I think that'll definitely be different. And for me, I would only do old school songs.
Now,
Because
okay, but what are you calling old school?
like, okay,
though?
so when I say old school, I mean like songs that haven't just came out, like songs, because I don't really know the words to a lot of new school songs. I only really
you're
know
lip singing, it don't matter.
no.
You ain't gotta
I'm
know the
straight up
word. You ain't gotta
performing.
know it word for word though.
But yeah,
No, you did not. If you
lip
lip
sync
singing,
battles,
you can,
should
but
know.
you can get away with a lot of liberties not knowing. If you know the
But
gist,
you better be able to liberty it.
That's
good
what I'm
enough.
saying.
Like
If you
I ain't
know
talking about
the
doing no
gist-
like Squid Games like cover like boys
No.
covers.
if you
'Cause that
know
was
that,
so
but you're
terrible.
not singing though. If you know the gist of it, you should be able to get away with.
So did you watch the TV show Star?
Negative.
Okay, I'm sure you would if it was a girl show.
Oh, I'm good.
I mean, I'm not gonna say girl show, but it was good. It was about a singing group, but that soundtrack was fire. I don't know who produced. Like, I'm sorry,
Wasn't Queen Latifah
Empire?
in that?
Yes, Empire. Like storyline was like okay, but their music was cringy. Star, their storyline was good and their music was banging.
Okay, wait.
Like
let
I
me
still listen to
defend.
songs off of that soundtrack.
Let me
and the
defend
show's
Empire
over.
real quick. Jamal's stuff, Liar Smollett, his songs in the show were actually decent, but
Still a little bit cringy.
Hakeem, the hip hop dude, and I was like, you gotta be joking.
Yeah, I mean, but it was just a hit or miss on Star. If you
It
listen to
was
their
all
stuff, like it was
smacking.
like, but I believe I'm not. Let me see who the producer was on Star.
I would assume if Queen Latifah had something to do with it, that she probably helped out in the music department.
Let's see, who was the music director?
Who did the music?
I believe I thought I heard them say like Timberland was like like wrote or produced some of the music on there
Star.
because it was like very like actual like songs, like the quality of the songs were like very good quality. Like I've played a few of them here on the network, but yeah, they were fire, they were dope. But anyways, y'all, speaking of fire and dope, since we've been talking about fourth quarter all day or whatnot, we might as well get into this fourth quarter interview for you guys, and then we'll run it back and we'll also put it on the app as well. But without further ado, here is Sean Kwan from fourth quarter. Let's do a little countdown intro. What is up? What is up, everybody? I am your girl, the princess of all.
And I'm Cujo Speaks.
And we are here with the lovely, the mastermind, Sean from Fourth Quarter Sports.
Making me feel out of shape.
You better watch your mouth.
Anytime Sean come around, I'm like, I need to go work out. I gotta go run.
I
gotta get on the court or something. He be training people and things.
You should have saw last time he came in and I had some cheese sticks from.
He remembered.
They were from.
She told me it's cauliflower.
I said these are cauliflower.
No,
breaded
you look.
shrimp.
Your hands was all greasy.
It was in an Arby's bag.
She had the meats.
Like since when does Arby's have cauliflower? Like you never know.
They're more conscious
menu.
about their health now.
They are. They really are. But how are you?
Good. How y'all
That's
doing?
good.
Doing all right.
We're good. Finally happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Last time he came in, obviously I wasn't enough, so we had to We had to do it another day when Cujo came
Need
in.
the host back. He owed me socks, man. I had to
That's
be here. I had to
true.
get them socks.
At least he didn't tell you yours was messed up.
Yeah, I got the good
yours
socks.
was messed
Hold
up.
on, I gotta show
And
y'all.
look, he reiterated again.
I gotta show y'all. So y'all will
Oh,
get
y'all
to
watching
know.
on StreamYard.
Y'all will
Yes.
get to know about what Sean does. But look, these socks.
Oh yeah.
Not
I didn't
only
even
are
have
they
the paper.
dope,
I didn't even
look,
have the
not only are they super dope,
No,
these
these
are the
are
most
sweet, though.
comfortable things I have ever
They
put
really are.
on
Oh,
my
I got
body.
those. I do got those.
I wore them home last time I got a pair of these, and I was telling Sean, as soon as I took them off, one of my kids swooped them up. I don't even know. They're so comfortable that they won't even let me see them wearing them because they know I'll get them back.
They
But
know they're gonna be like, you got my socks on.
now I got a fresh stock of socks.
Yeah.
The other ones are Space Invader. I don't know if you remember that game.
I do remember that game.
Oh, those are nice.
They
Those are
now
sweet.
have a Space Invaders game for the new kids these days. My son was playing something the other day, and it's called something else. And he was like, "Oh, it's this, and that." And he showed me. I'm like, "What is Space Invaders?" They just changed the characters up.
They changed the names. They
Right.
changed the names.
I appreciate these. These are gonna, and it's about to get chilly outside.
It
So I'm
is.
about to
You
be.
definitely need some socks. This is the season that I have to wear socks because, like, at our area, summer is slowly fading, so you can't just be out here ashy feet with no socks on. Like,
yeah.
not like you could in the summertime. Summer you can get away with not wearing socks with your Crocs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Not now. Not now.
Sock it up.
But other than socks, there's other things that brings you in to visit us. We got a lot of stuff that's kicking off, a lot of things that's dropping. So, without further ado, dun dun dun, fourth quarter sports. Now, which book is dropping first? Because it's several of them.
So
Several.
So when you go through the two books that is up right now is The King Within and Therapy for the Soul. Those books are for pre-order now. They're down for pre-order, and they will be available next Wednesday.
Okay,
They come in
next Wednesday.
Yeah,
Woo
they will be shipped
woo.
in. They will go to once you download it, they will be off. And the person buying them, they'll be ready to go off on Wednesday.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, so let's
and
discuss.
the kids' books that we had prior, those are ready. Those are already out.
Okay, those are the
Yes,
the first day of
series, yes, that's a
basketball,
three-book series,
big
yeah.
game day.
Yeah.
Okay, so going
Wow.
to The King Within.
Yes.
What is that about? What can people
Okay,
expect
Just a
so-
with
quick
this
little
book?
teaser,
Yeah, so
pleaser.
quick teaser.
Quick little
King
full
Within
one.
is, it took a while for me to get this concept together, and so I always try to write, and I always try to write where I'm excited about it. So I go in it with the idea first. I get an idea, and then I try to build from the idea and see how can I make it intriguing for people who want to read
Mhm.
and get to the point and where they can understand it and then go back and read it again.
Mm.
So
Okay.
this book is just about it's a battle that we have with ourselves constantly, that when we get to a space, get comfortable.
Mhm.
And on that journey, this king gets very comfortable because he's the most powerful king ever. But he gets very comfortable, and his comfort becomes his demise.
Yeah,
And I
man.
try to put it within
That
people's
does
lives
happen.
that when that does happen to us, that we are able to bounce back. And, and through that bounce back, we are able to be humble, and we are able to hear things out a little bit more clear.
Yeah.
And so you're going to see this guy who was a villain, and everyone hated him. And when he got to the point where he was really sick and ill, how these people turned on him. In order for him to get his healing correctly, he gets a message from a higher up, a higher power. And the message that he has to go back and to deliver is this truth.
But don't tell the message.
Oh, okay. Well,
let him find the message.
sorry. Well,
I'm in here intrigued. Look, I started listening to audiobooks
So
recently, so I'm looking like an audiobook.
ordinary for this to go right, it's a tree that's trying to be developed. It's called the tree of knowledge.
Mhm.
So this tree of knowledge needs power, in which this king used to have power, but he never knew how to possess that power. He possessed it in an evil way, and so he's going to be taught a role of how he can heal himself and go back there and give the wisdom and things he have learned throughout all of us. So we're going to be able to see some of that's goes with our day-to-day life, is that we always have to be constantly rebuilding.
Yeah.
And we should always get to a point of the knowledge that we gain, we have to share it. So you can't get old and not share the wisdom. You can't get money and not share the wealth. These things does not work. And if that concept keeps being that way, it becomes your demise.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
facts.
And so you might look at somebody who's get to a certain point and they love liquor. They love
Mhm.
women. 9 times out of 10, that's the greatest downfall.
Facts.
Yeah,
And so,
that's gonna be the one thing that kills you.
yes. So this book is really, I love this concept, and it's really good. I hate to say that because it sounds like because I wrote it, but it's really good.
I mean,
it's a quick.
if you don't feel that way about your
I was
own
gonna say,
work, then
yeah,
why would you even? You know what I
It
mean?
took a while, and it took a while because I've changed the book up a couple of times, and then within 3 weeks ago, it came to me the change I wanted to make.
So how long did it take? Okay, so although we talked a little bit earlier about how many books you've written, how long did it take you
what
to
you
write
mean took you a while?
this book?
You wrote 21 books.
Yeah.
Like, of course it took you a while.
So what happens is, within writing, I learned that go through in life is go through a rough draft. So you know, sometimes I don't want to write till I have this down. No, in life is go through the hiccups, go through the mistakes, and through that journey, start fixing them as you are going. And I learned that from my brother also. So, but within my writing, I do the same thing. I put a big rough draft out, write. And I know that 9 times out of 10 I don't really like it. But
but at least you're getting your thoughts out.
My thoughts out. So when I go back within the next week or two, I kind of got something. I sit there and I can't out stuff. I have to go there and I write it right in my mind. So I can't visually write like this. So I would just type it out.
He says that because he got bad handwriting.
Yeah. I do got terrible.
I usually can't read what I'm writing. So
I sit on it. I sit there for a while, and then if I'm driving and I get motivated by something occurred, and I'm like, okay, that's what I need. And those are the things that come. So this particular book took me 3 months, 4 months, 3 to 4 months to get the concept.
Now, how long is the book? So when you say it took you 4 months, it'll put it in the concept of how
the book got 15 chapters. 15 chapters, but it's not like crazy chapters.
Right.
So it might be
the font size is not like size 9.
It's not crazy. So it's I get bored really fast. So I want to keep the readers in tune as much as I can. Get to a point where they get it and then they come back and they want to reread it again.
Right.
I don't want to. You have to beat around the bush to build a character up a little bit. And I'm learning that you want to keep people intrigued, but at the same time, I want people to get the message and leave with that message. Oh, I got it. That was pretty cool.
And I was gonna say, especially as we get older, a lot of people do like to read, but a lot of people don't have that time to sit out to read a 30 chapter book. So doing a quick read or an audio book helps you still gain knowledge, have a different perspective, but you're able to feel like you're accomplishing something versus a 30 chapter book that got 700 pages.
More importantly, the older you get, you sit down and read. If it's long or gets boring for too long, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I'm Napville straight away. So you got to keep my attention the whole time. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
I ain't gonna finish that book.
That is true. Okay, so that's The King Within.
Yes.
Now, the second book, you said Therapy for the Soul.
Correct.
Now, is that the one that we talked about that distributes weekly or no?
Okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, that one, The King Within, will distribute that way pretty soon, and this will be able to distribute that way also. They both going to be set up that way. But when they purchase the book, it's going to be a regular book.
So explain that to them as well. So right now, if they were to order them when they drop, they're going to get the full, or they're going to be the week.
So right now, when they get, they're going to get the full.
Okay.
But eventually, that once the other books start to occur, they only go get them chapter by chapter.
Okay.
So it's going to be a weekly.
It's going to be like an episode.
Right. Like me and my wife always say, like, now let's just wait to the end of the season so we can binge.
Let's wait till we get all 18 chapters in our email. Then we're going to read the whole book.
I want people to have that thing where because people always feel they gotta have time to read.
Yeah,
like, I need a vacation to get to this book, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be where the chapter should come out and then it's sent to you. Okay, I can read that, and then when the next one is sent on, then you keep building from there.
Because that's everybody wants that instant gratification. So if they, the story's getting good, they want to read the entire story if they have it all in front of them.
Yeah.
So I really like that aspect of it because it gives you that satisfaction of finishing what you have, and then it gives you the cliffhanger of, oh man, I can't wait till this comes next week, so I can. So I really do. I do like that.
What you're actually reading.
And also, not only just digesting what you've read, it gives you time to imagine what's coming next.
Correct.
So you try to build the story yourself or predict what's going to happen, and then you're more ready to read that and like, oh man, am I right? Is this what's happening?
Yeah,
so I really like that idea.
And I get bored.
It's a great idea.
Quick. I get bored really quick, and so I think information when it comes so heavy, you don't really pick up on what you just read or what
Right.
you just watched our episode because
Yeah.
sometimes you're looking at like I missed that.
Right.
And so I think when it comes to small doses, that works.
That's a really great idea.
That's really good. That's really good.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think those are going to be a game changer as far as reading goes.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, a lot of times we all want to sit down and read, but we don't really
No.
have the time.
I switched over to audiobooks and because of like what I said. If I have a whole book in front of me, my tendency is to want to finish that entire book, but I get really tired after a chapter or two or whatnot. So I'm actually excited for this because I'm going to get to sit down and read a chapter and feel accomplished. And
I mean, you can read it on the toilet, like in between time. Like a lot of people read
I got
on
8
the toilet.
kids, so like I'm dealing with babies in the bathroom while I'm on the toilet still. I don't really got.
That's true.
I'm gonna send out quotes weekly also, motivational quotes from certain books, so that be your quote for the week.
Okay.
Some certain motivation things that go out weekly by you.
So we should put some of his quotes in our fishbowl.
Yeah, we should.
So
We have a positive quote jar that we do
So we'll throw some in
a day. Now, outside, you do have an audiobook though too, right? To a couple of different books.
2 of the kids' books have audio. That's the Zuri series. They have audio. So,
Okay, those have
I
audiobooks.
got a lady who did the audio for me, not my voice. I had a lady do the audio
The
for the
spooky
kids.
neighborhood.
Yeah, I had to do an audio for the kids' book, and so the 2 of those books do come with audio. You can buy that whole series.
Well, you know, let me know if you ever want a man to do any of your books. I'll hook you up, bro.
And then we also have The Legacy of the Ball. Are we speaking on that?
I am. I'm gonna explain the other book. I didn't explain the therapy book.
Oh, the therapy book. You're right. Okay. So let's go. Okay, boom.
See,
What can
we
people
don't. We
expect?
got we can't slow down.
See,
so
I know.
it is going to be
I
great
mean,
if
out
you
of
only give
21
us
books,
one chapter.
I mean, how do you
It's
really,
gonna be great for people
narrow
like
down?
us if you only give us one chapter at a time. Because we be trying to. Well, I want
Yeah.
to see what happened to chapter
I
8 though.
raised
That's
you
got to
all
be.
over. Okay, so Therapy for the Soul. Give us a little bit of a rundown what that book is about.
Okay, so Therapy for the Soul took a long time. It drove me crazy because it took me a while where I wanted to go with it. I know on the cover,
Seems like
it
a
looks
theme.
on the cover, it looks like it deals with basketball, and it kind of do, but it don't. But this book deals with the constant battle that we face with ourselves within good and within evil. So sometimes we're always in a battle of question ourselves for the right thing, to question our things for the wrong thing. And so this book deals with sometimes having that dark side of us. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that works in our benefit. And so it deals with these characters in this book, that one person is leading them to a darker version of themselves to get to their true identity.
Yeah.
And one person is trying to lead them to a lighter version of themselves, pulling them back into a lighter version of be this way. And sometimes we can't always be both ways. We can't always be that way. People want. And so it's 2 villains in this book where I made it a villain theme. And the concept is it's mostly that we fight a constant battle, trying to do the right, and then also looking like, God, I'm doing right, but this over here, people taking advantage of me.
I was just talking about that.
And so I got to show them. And so the book deals with that. There's nothing wrong with thinking like that, and there's nothing wrong with using that fuel to go other ways.
I was
that's
just
what the character is fighting with.
last night on the show. I was just talking about that, about how sometimes when you spend all your life doing the right things and being the good guy, and then you just get worn down because it still seems like all the negative happens, regardless of how good you try to be. And you about to have me all getting all. I want this book now.
So I had one chapter in there about this is crazy. I just a little bit is it's about it's a little bit about him, but it's not really about him. I can't use his name like this. I use a different name. Yeah. And but it's for one of my favorite books I used to read as a kid is Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
And so I had put the concept in there of like Dr. Seuss wrote these great kids books, but for a long period of time, he had a darker version of a cat. He had darker versions of books. Yeah. But the company he worked for only wanted him to do what made the kids smile.
Right.
And
not
this
what.
was not his true identity. He just didn't want to do that, and it offered him so much money.
I never knew that.
Darker pictures that he have, these darker versions he has of himself, didn't come out until he died because he didn't want to release these.
Wait,
things.
they're out? I can find those.
It's different versions of how he had Cat in the Hat look. So usually Cat in the Hat looks really happy, but he got one called the off-road version of Cat in the Hat, and it's look all jewelry eyes.
Oh, I want to see that.
So
I wonder, is that where the Cat in the Hat movie came from?
Because he was kind of darker in that movie.
So he had drawings. He had a lot of work that's way different than the version that the kids would see. So
I'm into that.
Concept in there of they kept trying to change this person. I'm like, that has to be a terrible thing to always fit into an image and fit into a box. Just to make somebody else happy.
I was
so
gonna say,
I built a concept around that. And I used another concept around myself. I did another concept around my son, and just different scenarios of how we use the version that people portray of us and the version that we see upon ourselves. So it's really good concepts in this book. So that's why I said Spark Therapy for the Soul. So it goes for everybody.
I gotta tell you,
a long time.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised as hell because I see fourth quarter sports and you're teaching kids, and then I see the children's books. So I was expecting it to be like children's motivation or athletic training. And like I'm sitting down waiting for you to be like, yeah, for the kids. And he was like, no, see, it's the battle between good and evil and the soul. And your soul has to fight for another day. I'm like, what?
But the whole thing is it is books I have for kids that is motivation. And then each book is motivation.
Yeah, for sure.
Identity. You know who you are. And so each one of my books deals with always a redemption, right?
Which is incredibly important, and I feel like a lot of authors don't take the time to make sure that message is clear. No, I think they beat around the bush a lot and like put it in their books and like a deeper,
it cookie cutter.
Like you have to go to a college course to like dissect the text to figure it out.
But I'm hoping, even though you're writing this, you're hoping that everybody else can get that concept. Oh, okay, I see that. So it does take a while to deliver a message that you really through. And so I knew for sure that I've always liked writing, but I've always liked that storytelling. I like various different things, but not to be caught up in just one.
Being able to put them all out there.
Thing. So you'll start to see when you see some of you like, okay, I like that one.
Yeah.
I kind of like that one.
Well, not everything's for everyone, but
but some of it is for me, and it's for people who really want to be enlightened.
Right.
So that's why I write
So,
from that perspective.
Let me ask you this, because I know as an artist myself, when I do music, my release when I do music helps me kind of get the stresses of my life off my shoulders, or help me get things off my chest. So was there something that drew you towards being an author that you feel is better now that you are an author, or is there a certain part of your life that you were trying to get out on paper that you feel like it was your therapy for, or do you just like writing in general?
I'm very bad at sometimes expressing myself. I like to express myself. I'm not a loud person.
I couldn't tell.
Like around a lot of family, I could be myself and things like that. But when I'm not in those my comfort zone, my loved ones, I'm kind of like quiet. I'm happy. I'm motivated people, but I don't express. I'm not very good at expressing my point.
Right.
But with the writing, it helps me express what I'm trying to say, and it gives me another outlet.
It's your way to be loud.
It's my way to be loud and let people know who I am.
That's dope.
So a lot of people don't know all these different versions of who I am, and so I like to do it through my writing. Like you see the kids' book, that has every story has something to do with me.
Right.
So from the kids' books, from the therapy, from the King, it starts with different versions of myself. So I put those all in there, so people who know me would know when the certain names are in there, certain exits.
Right.
That's putting that part of it.
So what I know of him now is that there's a battle between good and evil.
yeah. But that's always
he's a battler.
There's always a battle within the marriage or within the friendship, within the job.
Life's a battle.
Of, this might not fit for me. I need to change this up.
Yeah.
This person put me in this box. I don't want to be.
Right.
This person make me feel not like myself. I need to get out.
I think that's what people miss too. People miss the fact that everything is a battle or should be a battle, because you're supposed to be fighting for life. You're supposed to be fighting to get where you want to be and all that. But a lot of people, they let a lot of things go and they pass off because they pick your battles. I think you should fight every battle.
And that's why in this book, you'll see what happens in the therapy book, in the therapy for the soul book of when you don't fight for what they turn into. And so,
man, let me know when you need a co-writer, bro.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm on it.
That's
like
awesome.
that.
That's awesome. I'm just happy because it's changing the trajectory. Yeah, I used a large word and I said it right.
She had a day
Um,
off, so she was in the.
I had a chance to read
She
Webster.
was in her dictionary.
But it just changes the trajectory of writing and people writing stories. For so long, people make it like authors have like is only a certain type of genre, or in order to write a book, it has to be this many pages
Right.
or this many chapters,
Right.
and anybody can put their mind to it and do something that you want to do.
Right.
Writing is not hard, but the way that they put authors in your head to sell a book, to write a book,
Mhm.
it's scary.
Yeah.
But it's really not that hard.
Just
I mean,
do
not
it.
saying that it's not hard
It's-
to do, but I'm saying
yeah.
like if you put your effort
Yeah.
into it, it's
Right.
possible.
Yes. And then
And to
don't
say
watch
that you
them.
have 21
Right.
books, that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
When you have some writers who are out here who literally they get stuck and stumbled off of their second book, or gets
Yeah.
that writer's block, or all those
I
kinds
wrote
of
a
things.
book in 5th grade, and it's the only book I've ever written. It was so hard. It was so hard.
I wrote a 12-page paper and it felt like a book.
I mean,
And,
I I still got that book somewhere. It had a hardcover on it and everything, and I was like, "Look at me!" And then I was like, "I'm never doing that
I
again."
wouldn't dare in school when you tell me I'm writing nothing. I was so bad, but like you just piggyback what you just said is don't watch nobody else, and that's the best
Yeah.
thing that I do is that when I'm about to go to write, I shut everything. I'm not around no tech. I'm not around anything. Everything I got is I have a dictionary, and I go over concept of words that I'm not be able to use. So I have like 200 some kind of words. Like I go through 6th grade words, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. I go through all the words, 10th grade, and I just see
Prior to you writing?
Yeah, prior to I'm writing.
That's
What
really
concepts
interesting.
Would I be able to kind of use?
That makes sense
That's
because
very
it's hard to
interesting.
write a kid's book if you're using large words
yes,
that
right.
kids
The
wouldn't
kids-
be able.
The
No, I'm just saying, like to
juxtaposition
even
of-
think about that, like
the
the kids wouldn't
juxtaposition of her
even know
demeanor.
what
Yeah.
those words mean because,
Right.
like you said, that's not in their sight word category.
Right.
So if you're writing a book for this age range, you have to make sure that the
4th grade
language
Yeah, that's very
third grade
smart.
is transition.
And
I
this
never
one, then
thought
you
about
got
that.
some people who really not good at reading. Down in this one, I studied like 6th grade, 5th grade. Okay, keep it all simple because you just want a simple read.
Yeah.
Because when I don't know a word, I'm quick to go to a dictionary.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna say
But,
you have even some adults who
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
reading is at
You
like
know-
a 5th, 6th grade
Yeah,
level.
So you don't
Like
want to make it too hard, and then you don't want to. I don't watch other authors. I like reading other books, but I don't go into depth of how that author wrote. I have to
Yeah.
find my own voice.
And I
Yeah.
think that's the
Wow.
part
That's
that kind of like stumps people because you have like some of these writer critics who are out here and they're like, why did you choose that word
No.
choice or
Yeah.
that plot theory? Like, dog, it's a book. People
Yeah.
read it. Either you
That's
like
the
it or you
beautiful part,
don't.
too.
Leave it alone.
that's the plus side and the downside of being an author and writing a book or even being a fan of books is that they are all left to interpretation.
Mhm.
So it seems to me
Yep.
like a lot of these critics who fancy themselves professionals and they're like, well, this subtext and this and that and blah 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 blah, and when in reality that could be so far off from what the author
it could be-
intended.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
far off.
So I think more authors need to come do what you're doing and actually speak on what it
Just write.
actually was
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
and just write and just this and just that instead of they never say anything and it's left to the world to argue about what it actually was
Right.
supposed to be meant to do.
Now, if you do have writer's block, what is something you do to get rid of your writer's block?
So,
Well, see, there's a battle when you're writing and you gotta.
No,
Sorry, I just
no.
gotta. It's just it works for
Change the
every.
story
It works
title.
for everything.
So I always I get up. I always start my writing right like around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I start
In the morning?
Do you do it every day?
Every day.
Wow.
Every day. I start at 8 o'clock. I start my writing,
Sheesh.
and so I would write from 8 o'clock.
Your
to-
brain's working at 8 a.m.?
Yeah, so I would
Jeez.
write from 8 o'clock to 11:30. So that's one portion. So I would just write, and then when it's blocked, so I would take a breather, watch a little bit of Shannon Sharpen on my phone. The sports
Skill.
stuff. Yeah,
Skill.
I watch some of that, and then I'm constantly thinking of what word can go better, what can I change
With
around. Then
Yeah.
I might sit down for a little while, then I might go through watch some videos or watch my training videos. Then I'm like, got it. So it only take me where's block is
Jeez.
like one day.
Wendy, do you ever take a mental? How do you take a mental break? Because
Right.
No,
You don't- So I'm the same. I'm the same way you are, and it's not even necessarily like when I'm doing music per se, but just all day long. My wife tells me all the time. She's like, "You need a break," but if I'm taking a break, I'm thinking about something else, like,
yeah.
or I'm texting her
You're
about
still
production
working.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you never stop.
I'm constantly still working because even though I wrote this, but I I have to keep getting better. So even within my training, when I got better, I did it every single day.
He gonna write a
So
book
I
about
write-
this
I put
experience
in
too.
hours. So I put 8 to 11:30. Then I go back at it again for another 30 minutes, and then I'm back at it when I'm done training. I'm back at it that night for another 3 hours.
That's
Just,
awesome.
another 3 hours and a half of just concepts, writing. And then with this book, when I was writing this one, I was writing 2 other books, and I was writing the play also at the same time.
Jeez.
So
Oh
all
yeah,
my
we do
breaks-
have the play to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
I forgot.
yeah.
So he was, and he was doing it
Play.
congruently too. So he was writing one with his left
Yeah.
hand, one with his left
Yeah, have
foot,
a-
one
I
with his
send- I
right
always send a
foot.
picture to my, when I'm doing it, I send a picture to my brother, and I have my laptop, I have my regular computer, and I have like a notebook right there to me that I'm writing different.
And a word
words.
processor from the 80s,
Yeah, I
just
do all
and a
that.
A
typewriter.
typewriter at the same time.
But when it gets really good, then the book gets me. Then I'll be like, I put
Okay,
that
I gotta
into
do
the-
one,
and I
just
focus on one.
that one.
But I love that though. So that's how, and I'm going to keep correlating it to how I do music because there's a lot of similarities in this. And I just started kind of making beats and being a producer myself. So I'll start on something, and then when I get stuck, I will have heard something or a sound trying to make that I liked. So I'll start a new one using that sound and that rhythm. When I get
Give you
sick of
the
that, I'll go to another,
inspiration.
and then I'll go back. So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, or I'll take that whole entire chord progression and move it back to.
I think
So
that's
that's a
good.
great
Yeah,
way
that's
because
good
it's
work.
it's a lot of flows of consciousness, and a lot of times those flows of consciousness will
Allow you to
mesh.
get the job done.
Yeah, they'll mesh.
That's why
and then
when
boom.
people look at my computers, they see.
No, don't even
No,
try it.
it's literally
Don't
the
even
it's
try
literally
it.
the
Listen,
same thing.
Have you seen
If you-
her when
my
she has
tabs,
87
I have
tabs
like 87
open?
tabs
But
open, but
how she
because
work?
I'm doing
Yeah.
like 80 things at once.
I just
because
like to mess with you.
my brain.
But
Okay,
it's
I'm doing
nuts.
this. Oh, okay, I thought about that. You know what? Let me go on this tab.
There
Da,
you
da,
go.
da,
Yeah.
Like
so my
so.
concept is
Yeah.
not different
Just-
from how she.
No.
Yeah.
Her
Like,
concept is
people like
I can't
us-
do what she do.
I was explaining
I
to her the other day. So people always say we have good chemistry on air,
I agree.
but it's just because how fast our brains work and how many streams of consciousness we have. We can catch each other's streams of consciousness, even though we are thinking about a million things. We're thinking about a million of the same things at once.
Yeah.
So if somebody sits in a room with us doing a production meeting, and you too, because you seem to be just like us, they'd be like, "What are y'all talking about?" Like, oh, okay, so we were talking about.
Right? How do you follow along? It's
We
like
got like
catch up.
we
Like,
got
what do you
7
mean?
things done at one time.
Y'all have it one another. Even though when I came up here to really do this show, I'm like, well, I want the whole experience. I want
Yeah.
the two together. I want
Oh
the
yeah.
whole-
Now
But
you
if it
see.
wasn't- if it
Yeah.
wasn't that way, it's the reason that y'all were good off each other.
Yeah.
And people, that's how you'll see where.
And majority of this I already know, so
Facts.
it's more intriguing you asking questions because I already
It's
know
exciting.
the answer. So it's
Yeah.
hard to ask
That's why
questions
it's
to answer I already
exciting for
know.
me. Like I love, for one, I love talking to other intellectuals, especially creative people. And when you started explaining to me how many different things you do at once, that got me even more excited
Yeah.
because I'm like, okay, for one, that's exactly the way I work, and it makes me more intrigued to read and to see how your brain works on paper.
Right.
Because I already know, kind of who you are as a person,
Mm.
and to see fully, especially when you do so many things at once, to see how that looks
Yeah.
and is represented in book form,
Yeah.
I'm incredibly intrigued
But
to see that.
I know.
just-
I'm always-
I think in general, just if you're going to do something, like I brought the socks up here for you.
Mhm.
In there, I have products.
Oh, yeah.
I have products in there. And the one product
Oh, yeah.
I got that I
I
made
got
prior
products.
I
to
thought, look, this felt like it was a thing full of money. I'm like, you ain't got to pay me off, but
Wait,
thank
product.
you. Look,
Oh,
I was
product.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
What
he
product
done,
is that?
he done gave me some money.
for sure, it's a product. It's not money.
Hey, I was always, look, you see why I tucked it back in there? I was
Yeah,
like, I
for
don't
sure.
know.
You don't have to do that. It's
I
a
don't know if
product.
anybody was supposed to see this.
But so
It's very secure.
This is one of my first 2 products that I made. Those are the first 2 products I made for kids. So I gave it for your kids. So I made basketball flash drives.
Oh,
So those there is
sweet.
Oh,
designed-
yeah.
it's designed on to
Dang.
kids to work out. But
You are like a branding genius.
the
Like
thing-
everything you got is branded and packaged and looks
yeah, so the
so
thing
great,
is,
Comes in candy.
right?
it's to help the kids with fundamentals, and so in certain
The
schools,
basics.
I have them at Glendale.
So red is ball handling, blue is stationary drills. Oh, I see.
The kid would be able to sit there and
Side
do
to
their
side
drills,
dribble.
side dribbles.
Heads up, eyes
To
up,
practice
35
those
seconds.
things.
Yeah.
That's
So,
dope.
I gave this to a couple coaches on some basketball teams, and they give them to their players to train, and they give them to the players to study, and then they come back and see who
Play.
does it the best. And they trade them out and give them to other kids.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
So if any coaches out there need some training materials for their little league basketball, baseball, whatever, he has basketball cards right now, but we
Yeah,
can
these
also
are
work on
dope.
some baseball cards.
But the whole thing is to make sure that whatever you are doing and the field that I'm in is that I cover all grounds.
Yeah.
This is what I grew up doing. I grew up playing basketball. I've been training my whole life. I knew how I wanted training size. I knew that kids need basketball books.
This is
So
awesome.
it's just to make sure that if I'm gonna do a package, do 4, 5, or 6 different projects at one time. I think that's how you differentiate yourself from everybody else. It's like, you could focus on one product, but do 6 of them. Because it shows people a different view of you. You don't get just stuck at like, oh, he's just a trainer. It's like, no,
all he does
I'm
is
right.
train.
I can design. So it's that you want to give people a different aspect of you.
I
just
can give
like,
all your students everything they need.
yes,
For real.
but just how people
Stimulate your
define
physical
you, they
and
put
your
you in one
mental
box.
life.
Yeah.
And you don't ever want to get caught just in one layer, because that right there deprives a lot of ideas that you might have, and people might not take you serious because they're used to you being
just that one thing.
That one person. It's like, we just want you to write for us. It's like, no, more
Yep,
than
we only want you to be. I mean, that's kind of like an artist when they first come in. If they
have
don't
to
come,
write.
if they don't come in being an artist, a writer, or this, then when you get put in this box, it's only an artist, and you're like, oh,
And
I
they
can write
get
that. Like,
mad.
no, you can't do that now. Like,
This is
no,
what
you
you
should have
do.
came in the door doing this. You should have came in the door telling them that. So while he's opening his packages, give us a little 411 snippet on the legacy of the ball.
Okay, so the legacy of the ball, I've been working on that for coming up 2 years. I've changed the name around, I've changed the concepts around, and I've always wanted to do a stage play. That's something I've always wanted to do.
That's the play.
So I'm doing a stage play. It's gonna be at Macomb Community College. And
Yes.
Man, you already have auditions, man. You know I can act too. I'm trying to win an EGOT.
I'm doing auditions the end of this. I'm doing auditions the end of this month and coming up in November, because the play was originally supposed to come out December 3rd.
Okay.
But I'm behind, and it's not going to. That's not going to happen.
Because you was writing 21 books.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's going to be
November of 2022.
The auditions is going to be the beginning of November. Auditions is going to be held, and the actual play is going to be in January. The first week, the second week of January, it's going to be on a Saturday. So that right there, so you see here.
Stuff.
Oh yeah, so it comes with instructions. Kids to get better, layups, where to put that ball at.
That's genius.
And if you read here, it shows you like, hey, this is the most missed shot during the game when they are young. They miss the layups because they don't know where that ball goes, so it should be that. I know I'm talking about 2 different things, but
look, that's how we work.
Yeah, that's how we work. Well, okay, so for the people, I'm gonna post that too on the social media for the people who are not on the StreamYard.
I'll explain to you guys how this works. So
cards.
if you know, even for people who don't know basketball, if you know anything you're good at in life that you're trying to teach someone, right? It's always really hard to just explain to them, like, well, if you just do it this way every time, it'll work, right? So what this is there's actual targets. Speaking of basketball, there's actual targets, because it's hard for me, like as a coach, I'm always like, look, if you just hit that spot right there, and I'll point to it, or I'll try to like throw a ball up there. But this is an actual target that you put up on the backboard, so that if they hit that spot, that is the spot. That's the spot. So then what happens is, if they do that over, I forget how many times it takes to make muscle memory, it's like 300 or something like that. But if you have them hit that target, take the guesswork out and have them hit that target 300 times, then without the target, they'll hit that same spot because of muscle memory. So having this representation right here, this is absolutely incredible.
I'm glad you like it. And so I use that for some of the.
All right, you won, man. I'm taking all my kids to you to learn how to hoop.
And I use it for kids who's in the backyard. Now they rims, you come down there able to spot them up.
Oh yeah.
Now the parent, that's why the cards and both of these are used for the parents to be able to have an activity to do with their kid. And now when the kid comes back, Mom, look what moves I can do. Look when I do this, so the kid and the grandma or the uncle can be a part, participate.
And you're gonna have these housewives out here hooping, boy. They're gonna.
I mean, because it's very important, because people also feel like, oh, I take you to practice. That's the only time you're supposed to practice. It's at home when you're supposed to practice these things too, because technically the coaches are only getting maybe an hour a day with that kid.
And it's hard when you have
and you
15,
got like 30
20
some kids on the team. So
it's very difficult.
So they do work. I've had them around, and these are now I'm going to push them back out more. I'm going to be heavy on them more, because I was really just getting them into schools and
things, smaller things.
And so now I'm going to be the packaging will be a little different on the first flashcards. I'm gonna have like
Should put them in that package.
no, this gonna stay this, but the flashcards are gonna come in.
I'm saying you can put the flashcards in that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what. I need an extra one of both of these so I can put them. I'm gonna put them up somewhere and not open them because where these are starting at and where they're gonna be at, bro. I tell you already. I'm like, I got the originals with the look. They
selling
signed
them on eBay.
Yeah, I got the originals. They signed and everything.
Because if you look at like when the Simpsons first started, the characters look like crap.
Yeah.
Right.
But they should be able to have progress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna change.
that's true.
So a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
my packaging things are going to be changing as it goes on. You want to be able to give people that role.
That's true.
Like, oh, I like this.
I got
one.
one
This
up on
original.
you. I got the original cartoon characters.
Ah, that's all right.
I
Look,
got one up.
one of these years, I'm gonna be like, let me get that for my birthday, P.
We're gonna be
That's
selling it on
awesome.
eBay.
That just
Now they was
reminds
doing
me.
Kobe stuff and they was auctioning.
That's what I'm saying. It reminds me of like the old. You remember the very first edition of like the jump shoe
Yeah.
when you say like the springs, the big
Yeah,
clunky one with the
exactly.
spring,
Yeah.
and now they have the actual shoe
Yeah.
with the. Can you imagine if you had a pair of the original jump
yeah,
shoes
how much
with
money?
the?
But you didn't know it was
Right.
so much into those shoes. You didn't really
But
know
I
that.
know. But looking at this, so I've been hooping my entire life,
Mm,
right? I've never seen this.
Yeah.
This one, right? If I would have had this coming
Yeah.
up, my mid-range game would have been incredible.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's how even when I used to just train myself in period, I used to just write down notes, the best spots in the court for myself.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
trained so much, but I've always knew how to what was missing. So I've always
Yeah.
do, and that's why. How long do we have?
However long,
So,
you, look, however
my
long you
point-
want to give me some free
my
game, I'll sit
point
here and
is-
take it.
My point is that I've been doing basketball my whole life, and I feel that whatever you have put your passion towards, or you grew up doing, is that you have more knowledge
Mm-hmm.
within this. than you
Mhm.
do what you do. So once I got that concept together, of knowing that this is going to be the life that I chose, is that I'm going to do everything I learned and be able to spread that back out to benefit.
Yeah.
Creating something because I know how athletes think. I know what a kid needs. So I've been doing this for a long time. I should
Been
be
doing this for
able.
a long
I should
time.
be able to reap the benefits.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
What I've been doing my whole life. That's what
Yeah.
and I know a lot of great basketball players. I know a lot of great hoopers. They all have
But not
great
every
stories.
great
Yeah.
hooper or athlete can teach
They can
and
I was
can
gonna say they can teach,
understand.
They
yeah.
still have a great story.
Right.
Yeah.
They still have a book that needs to be out. They still have kids that need to be motivated. They still have cartoons they can write from a perspective. So everybody have a perspective to come from. And my whole thing is that I don't need 200,000 people to buy my product.
Right.
I need
Yeah.
500 people.
Right.
I need 100 here. So if you be aiming so high, and there's nothing wrong with aiming
Yeah.
like that, but sometimes you need the number that's acquired and fitted for you.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was Tupac who said it or who said it, but somebody said, I just want to be the person who inspires the person that changes the world. I don't have to be the one that changes the world completely, but if I
Yeah.
can inspire
Mhm.
one person
Yeah,
who in turn
yeah.
turns around and does so, I've done my job.
And also giving people a different perspective. Just because you love a sport doesn't mean that you have to play it your entire life.
Right.
Like, as much as, yes, the NBA is there's the drafts, but there's only so many players that will go to the drafts. But just because you did not make it to the NBA don't mean that you still can't be an inspiration to some of the players, a coach,
Right.
a leader. You can't train some of the greats to be a better player or
Right.
all those kinds of things. So it gives a different perspective on people's career choices because
Yes.
especially when you have kids who are in high school and they play their whole entire lives and then they don't make it to the draft, they feel that their lives are over.
Right.
Okay, well, how about you put that talent somewhere else and write a book? You encourage people. You create
Yeah.
the material that you were missing that you can give back
Which is
to teach
great.
people,
Yes.
which is what you did.
Correct.
And it gives kids a different outlook on what they can do with their careers overall.
I think with these stickers, what it'll do is it'll give so much confidence to younger kids because
Yeah.
it's really hard to tell a young kid, well, if you just hit this spot right
Hit
here,
the box.
yeah, just throw it up. If you hit the line of the box, like it's really hard to do that. So with a target like this, they'll actually have the confidence.
Mhm.
I have them up at my gym, at my facility, and I have some older kids. They so funny. they take the ball and push it, punch it there. Like, shot is not working. I'm like, dude, stop being a smart ass. So they just take the ball and throw it like it's not doing it. I'm like, dude, you know you gotta lay it, but when they do it correctly,
you gotta roll.
Look, you should start putting some grease on the spot. So when they throw it like that, or it slips off the spot and goes in, you're like, see, I told you it works every time.
Look.
Told you it works every time.
That's funny. Okay, so speaking of things that work, the play. We started talking about it a little bit. Okay, boom.
Yeah.
Legacy of the ball. Auditions are going to be November the 1st.
Yeah, no, so it would be the 5th and 6th and the 7th of November. The 6th, 7th, and 8th of November. 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out here and manifest this now. If y'all want to see Cujo on stage, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know what role I'm gonna get. I might be the ball, but you know.
Auditions are now November 6th through the 8th.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have more information for that also.
On your website?
Yeah, I'll have more information on my website. That one is, so I always wanted to do a play. I had it set up as first. I had the first concept as a one-man show play, like how Mike Tyson did it. Those with this character who does this whole basketball event and of how it destroyed him, but then how it built him back up was going to be that kind of concept. Then I just changed it around. I changed around again, and I came up with a nice, cool concept of a father and son story. So this is a father and son building relationship that the father is so much busy, he's off.
You got to buy tickets to the play.
Well,
but
he's coming back. He's coming back from a situation. And he's trying to bond with the son, but the son has gotten so good at basketball that the school is hyping him up now. Like he's in middle school, and they give him this. Told him he's going
the
to
LeBron treatment.
And so when his father comes back and tried to share information with him, the kid like, I don't want to hear that. Don't like play that kind of games.
You old.
So the father gets
let me
to
be
a
the
point
old
where
fart.
he's questioning his skills, his question. I don't have the relationship here. So he gets called to go do one last assignment.
And you got to find out what that assignment is. Find out what that assignment is when you buy the ticket.
So I said, no, you don't. I'm going to tell you right now.
No need for no tickets.
Don't worry about no tickets. I'm going to tell you.
I got the clip notes right here.
I got the better. My bad. Yeah,
no, you good. Because
really
it's still going to be this. It's still different when you go see it versus
to see it actually at play out.
It's a really cool concept, but then when I got to the sound, when I got to the stage, it just felt so good. Yeah. I'm gonna show you the pictures. I'll show you pictures. So when I got to the stage, it just was like great.
How many cast members are you looking at casting?
Total 16. So they total 16. And so when I got there, and then I see what I was working with, I had to go back and rewrite everything over again because now I have to bring in.
Because now you saw it.
To bring it to life.
Yeah, I got to bring it to life. So I had to write a little bit different things of what I have to
so you don't have to have as much.
Got to have a little bit more. So I got like the rims coming in, couch, OTV. So certain things that got to be.
And you gotta put these on the rim.
I put those on the rim.
Yeah, and the
you
cards.
You owe me for that thought, bro. You owe me for that.
The stage is just empty, so now I gotta bring it to life.
Now, okay, when you say 16 people, are you meaning like 16 like characters or like 16 like stage?
Is it gonna be like Medea, where like one dude plays 17 roles?
No,
one side he gonna be dressed like this, and the other side
I'll do it, Sean. I will do it.
So we have the son, we have the mother, we have the father. And the son has his friends. The guy has a boss, so it'd be in and out. So 60 people just in and out.
I'm saying, do you need any stage help as well? Like people.
So 16 people is the cast alone.
Right. Or you need people to just volunteer for like setup and breakdown or stuff like that?
So setup, breakdown.
Now, is that auditions or is that just by like volunteer only?
Auditions is for the play. Auditions is for the son role, the father role. We got the mother. Then we got some of the son's friends. Coach.
Okay.
And then we got the old wise man. So old wise basketball player who in it. We got a wise man. And,
yes.
And so it's really cool concepts within this play. And that's really going to be something really different. So I've never saw nothing like it, and I wanted it to be done a certain way, which I know I'm trying to hit my mark, but I've never saw nothing like the story. So I believe that when the story is
shot, I need the script so I can start practicing.
I see what I'm saying.
When it's shot, I got the guys coming to shoot it. I truly believe that this one will get turned into like a series. This will get turned into something.
Oh man,
it's really cool.
It's gonna be a pilot.
Look,
it's gonna be the basketball Tyler Perry.
If y'all start to see the Good Time shows only on once a month, it's because we on the road.
No, this is
we're traveling, doing plays.
It teaches. It's history mixed with the future. So
Yeah.
the kid, his way of how basketball goes, then you got him and the father goes on this journey.
Gonna have a narrator in there,
Yeah, it's
voiceover,
it's
like an
go back
MC
and
Light
forth.
narrator. You know what
Oh,
I'm
it's,
saying?
it's good. No, it's really good, and so it's just really cool concepts, and so that is coming up really soon. That should be in January. That's gonna be the second week of January on
Goodness
Saturday.
gracious.
And so if you look at all the buttons, you look inside there, it's different things inside those.
It's a
It's a
lot.
lot. Well, I'm
Jeez.
definitely excited. And I'm definitely proud of you continuing to produce mass
Goodness
amounts
gracious.
of work between plays, books.
Right.
You are setting the
Look,
limits.
don't even look, you start talking about. He was like, "Oh wait, I got one more thing."
We
Like,
did.
dang!
Comic book.
Oh goodness!
Oh, this the comic book. Oh yes, Operation.
I've
Fourth
been seeing
Quarter.
that for long. Where's there's it's up or something? No, that's somewhere
Yep,
else.
it's right over
That's
there.
what it is.
Yep.
I had no idea what that was. It said fourth quarter on it, so I was like, okay, it's something for. I didn't know it was a comic book.
Yeah, it's a comic book. And that comes out 2 weeks. The paperbacks come out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a comic
How
book.
do you keep it on? Do you have like a huge whiteboard with like spider webs of like
no.
and dates, or is it just all in that
Spider-
cranium?
My cranium. It's
Goodness.
all here.
That's why he wears the do rag, y'all.
He's
He
trying, to
really
mask,
looks-
he's trying to mask the thoughts in.
He ain't got no hair under there. It's just ideas. He's trying to keep his ideas
It's like
in.
they can't go out.
The guy who does my recording, he was like, I think all your powers is right here.
It is,
This
man.
crazy.
That's what you
Like,
keeping it. You keeping it capped
But,
in. If you took that off, it'd just be
yeah.
ideas all around the
Yeah,
room.
so that's coming up. I was working that for 2.5 years. 2.5 years during the
Yeah.
pandemic. I wrote that. During the pandemic, I wrote it.
Yeah, I
So-
remember
and
this
I
one.
hired a lady from another
It
country,
was Ukraine.
Ukraine. I hired a
Yeah.
lady from Ukraine to do the drawing. and
Oh, wow.
everything. And then something had happened over there, and she couldn't finish it. So I had to go and get another person to draw it and get it right. And it still was getting a little bit difficult, but it's finally there.
Yeah.
So the paperback is all sent in, and it comes back within 2 weeks. And then all the paperbacks.
That's
So
awesome.
it's all the characters are in there, and these kids.
And you can get all of this at the website as
So
well. The
was it-
website is at the bottom.
Was it your plan to drop all of this stuff like around this time, or did it all just kind of happen to where it all just kind of?
It just happened.
They just
Man.
got ready
Yeah,
together.
so I don't want nobody to be thinking like just like I this wasn't planned, because when I had certain things done, it's more time came
Yeah.
out, and then the comic
Nah.
book had came back. Was
I don't
already
believe you.
done.
I think he was like Pinky in the brain. Like, what are we doing tonight, Pinky?
All that stuff was
Trying to
done.
take over the world. And he just planned all of this out. Like, we're gonna drop it all on their heads.
No.
We
at
gonna hit them with a
once.
fire.
But it
once.
wasn't planned to have these things done by this year. And
Okay.
I'm pretty mad that the play not gonna be done this year, but next year. So that's why.
So what is it? It's not even November yet. Knowing the way you think, you're probably gonna come back next week. Like, guess what, y'all? I done finished the play. Okay, we gonna.
No, but I definitely think planning and prepping for a play definitely takes time. So I'm glad that
Absolutely.
you
Yes.
took the time
Oh,
to
for
plan
sure.
it, because especially with a lot of people getting ready to go on vacation and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, timing and scheduling of rehearsals can definitely get hectic. So
Yes.
giving
Oh,
yourself that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with something like that, with a play, you only
Yeah.
really get one shot. Because if you put it
Yeah.
on and the first show is boo boo, it's
So-
over
Yeah.
for you.
And you want to still be able to have time to sell the tickets for it.
Right.
Because tickets will be on sale at the website, right?
Yeah. So I got
Okay.
tickets, but it's right. I wanted to have it in December, like kids off of that break.
Mhm.
And they could all come to the play, but it just the time it just was not there, and so I had to shoot it.
But now they can come after the new year.
Hey,
Yeah.
New you, new play.
if you want to see Princess and Cujo, because we're gonna win. And look, I know he ain't gonna give us roles, so we're gonna take it serious.
I'm gonna get a role.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care if I'm the mop
I'ma
bucket.
take
I don't
it
care if I gotta
serious.
play a plant.
Oh, y'all be there. Y'all be there 'cause it's gonna take a
Wait,
lot
why he
of
said y'all
help.
gonna be there? Not y'all
All right,
gonna
y'all
be in it.
gonna so y'all gonna see it. I'm telling you, so I'll play the ball. Just I'll lay on the ground in between nobody
Get the-
arguing.
get the-
Yeah,
The more people are a part, it helps everything.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
never one of
no.
them people. I'm not one of the people like that's all I gotta be my way. I'm all that. Whatever's supporting works. That's what works.
that's awesome.
That's all.
Well, you
Most
know
of
we're
the stuff-
Now,
definitely here
in
to
all
support you.
seriousness, I was in theater in high school, and I did
I did a
do
couple
a
plays.
broadcasting play.
I did.
I
did a
was
couple-
in
I was
the
theater.
play Chicago.
I was
I
in
know
theater
Chicago.
once upon a time.
Yeah, the one with Queen
Look, I
Latifah.
know Chicago. I love that city.
Yeah.
It's down the street. I heard it's real windy down
That was
there.
a play. I played the lady who shot up her husband. Who went to jail.
No lie though, if you guys are interested in being up on the, you say we shot up the jail.
I said I played the role of the lady who shot up her husband.
Oh.
And went to jail.
Did you show David the clips from that play just
Actually,
before
my
y'all
mom
got
and dad
married?
still has it.
Look,
Yeah,
like, and
they
you
did.
need to watch this.
It was lengthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was the only colored person in that entire play. I was in a few dance numbers too, but yeah. Mind you, I went to a predominantly white school.
And they was like, how come the only black girl here
now
can't
that I
dance?
think about it, why did they make me do that role?
Look, why did she? Ooh.
I know, right?
Now that I think about it, I was the one who shut up.
I mean, was it correct, factual for the play itself?
No.
Ouch.
It wasn't.
You
Now
probably
that I think
killed
about
that
it,
role.
Literally. But y'all, if you want to buy tickets, stay up to date with the books, the comic books. His website is at the bottom. You guys can go on there.
The man does it all.
Everything will be updated. The flyers, the ticket cost, and if you guys want to volunteer, because we need volunteers for the play to
Please.
help set up, because we need people to move these rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull-out room. It's a pull-out room.
Yep.
We'll have there different things to be set up, so that one will be a little difficult.
Wow.
But everything is on the website. Everything that's not on the website is the ticket price for the play just yet.
Yeah.
But the pre-orders for the 2 books are there. And
Pre-order, get your
flashcards
orders
is
in.
there, socks is there, so it's a lot of stuff on the site.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all check out. And outside of all of that,
And
if you guys
there's
have,
more.
right, but wait, there's more. If you guys have kid athletes, high school athletes that need some personal training, make sure you guys still hit him up, because he still does personal training on top of all.
On top of everything else.
This.
Who knows? He might start a workshop and help
Baseball,
your kid learn how to write a
basketball.
book or write a play.
Right. So not to make it go longer, but
You are.
Oh,
You have 1,000 things
No.
to talk about.
But it's the thing of so I always look at it like it can seem like a lot, but I feel that if you dedicate yourself to your craft, you dedicate yourself to you'll be surprised on how much you can get done within a day or two.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And instead of you giving that time to elsewhere, or you not making the best of your time.
Yeah.
This will show you that we can get a lot done. So
Yeah.
I know it looks like it's a lot, but I really commit to being a great writer. I commit to being the best trainer. And I still try to commit to be a great family member.
He really does.
My son and my daughter. So I still have to commit to all of those things, but you can't make up no excuses, because I hate when people say like, if I can do it, everybody can do it.
Right.
I do believe that if someone can do this, and I didn't ever think all these things was possible, that it's possible for everybody else. It's just you have to be able to be willing. What are you willing to give up? I'm willing to give up things that people not willing to give up.
Right.
I'm willing to give
What's
up.
important
And
to
that
you?
discipline.
It doesn't matter.
The discipline. I have discipline, but I don't have a job. I work for myself, so the discipline is getting up, having my day goes on like a regular work day.
Yeah.
I write for this many hours. I train for this many hours. I study for this many hours. You have to have that concept. I don't hang out with nobody. I don't train. I don't do none of those things.
I like that. I like that you said that, just like a regular work day, because everybody gets up and they commit themselves to being at their job from 7 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the evening with no compromise. Not like I got to be there from 7 to 4. But if they took that upon themselves to say, I got to do this from 7 to 4, not just clocking in for somebody else, but clocking in for themselves and held themselves accountable for that. That's
you can get all of it done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm coming back to train because I'm trying to get fit before my birthday.
She just mad because I've been in the gym every day and I've been making her feel. Last season, she made me feel bad because she was in there with you.
She do real good.
So I felt bad because I was always eating pizza and fast food. Now I'm in the gym.
Now I gotta do. I'm two days a week.
No, we had a really good schedule. She always do.
Didn't we just talk about dedication?
You work out with him for one day.
No, I'm cool.
It feels like
I'm
2
good.
days
I'm
in
good.
one day.
I beat myself up.
Listen, hold on. I always have to tell this story just because it's just something I will never ever forget. When he killed me and then like brought me back alive and then like finished him. Like, dog, ride a bike 6 miles to the beach and then work out on the beach for 2 hours and then ride the bike back another 6 miles. Listen,
she stopped talking for a whole summer.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
That was last summer.
No, it's the summer.
Wasn't it last summer?
Yeah, it was like 2 summers. Yeah.
Oh.
Stopped talking.
On my way home, I was literally trying to find Ubers to see like who can Uber me and pick up this bike because it's no way I am going to make it back. But I guarantee you that was the jumpstart of like my workout. Like after that summer, I was like working out like all the time. But
But we did it. But she does really well, and I try to my hardest to. If I'm training somebody, you always want to give them not so much, but just more of the expectation. You don't want them to be as so simple, so easy. So you want to give them.
Can't give
more.
people breaks, like
But I've
gotta push
over the years. Everybody needs something.
Yeah.
But when you by yourself, you're allowed to slack off. Some people say, "Yeah, I work out at the gym." Sometimes you don't push yourself to the max.
Yeah,
and that's with a trainer.
I even know with myself, like I push myself very hard, and I make sure. To me, if I'm able to leave the gym, drive home, and get home and be bouncy and have energy, I didn't work out hard enough. Yeah. Like I need to like slink into the door, like ugh.
Yeah, that's him. Like you know how somebody be like, all right, do 6 sets of these. If like 3 of them is off, it's starting over.
Yeah, 0 sets.
Like then I'll be talking like 3 more. Like you just told I was. It doesn't matter. We starting all over.
Right? Yeah, you didn't do that right.
What do you mean we start? They get so they probably y'all about to fight me. I'm like, do it all over. It has to be done.
Yeah, you got to do it correctly. That's why you always got to say, do this many correct sets. Because if you slack off on any of them, then that wasn't a correct set. Now you haven't done them in succession.
Every time we work, she talks, but she kills it. I have
no
problem.
I don't have no choice. I have no choice. I'm just kidding. But yeah, y'all. So make sure you guys continue to hit them up. Oh, give out your social media so people can follow you. Oh.
He said, wait a minute. Let me. So I think it's on MySpace. It's.
Hold on. It's
fourth quarter workout. It's fourth quarter workout.
Okay.
Instagram.
Yep.
Got you.
4th quarter.
Yeah.
4th quarter workout. That way people don't be like fourth, like trying to type out.
I can't find it. What did he say? Rewind that. What did he say?
Yeah, that's the only one I use. That's the platform I use a lot.
Sorry. Sports. Boom. All right. Boom. There we go. 4th quarter sports. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit delicious.
Yeah, so everything's through there.
Got him.
Oh yeah.
So I will be back in time for the play and give out more information for this play. But, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like a day in the life of the play, like a behind the scenes or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be really cool.
Y'all should come up there, because it's things.
I'm in that thing.
Yeah,
it's really nice to be.
We there like swimwear.
I'm in that thing.
We there like swimwear.
I'm gonna be like a walking billboard. I'm gonna have the socks on. I'm gonna put a couple of like.
I know we gotta get the flyers out now so people can start
pre-ordering
their tickets.
I'm gonna come dressed as the basketball to try to get my spot.
I'm coming in there. I'm getting me a roll.
We in that thing.
But listen, y'all, continue to tune in and make sure you guys check him out. The website, all of the socks and everything that he has going on. His website is impeccable for you guys who are watching on StreamYard. I'm gonna give you guys a little 411 or a little quick view of his site, just so you guys can take a quick view. You guys can buy the flashcards, the shirts, the training, the workout videos, everything. You guys can visit the location. So make sure you guys definitely check. I'm gonna hit shop. All right. Okay, the bookstore. Boom. Oh, it has all the books on there.
It's like the Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Tap on this real quick. Tap on the Zeri Bowman to read your audio.
Which one?
Right here. Okay. Boom. All right.
Wow.
The audiobook. Oh, there it goes.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So it lets you buy. Oh, don't pay attention to the last 4 digits of my card number, y'all. Don't be trying to scam me now. All these folks out here. So let's
you probably have to purchase it first to play, right? Or do you have like a?
Oh, I probably have to log in. I probably have to log in to get the audiobook. But that's still awesome, y'all.
Yeah,
so make sure you guys check out the site again. Boom. I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. But boom. So y'all got that little preview. So make sure you guys definitely check him out. He does it all. So one-stop shop to all the sports, fitness, athletic wear, gear, training, get up, you name it. So make sure y'all check him out. Here's your social media again, boom, and the website. Well, listen, y'all, I am your girl, the princess of all.
I'm Cujo Speaks.
And this is Sean from 4th Quarter Sports, y'all. Thank you for joining us. People, don't touch your dial. We will be right back. You dig?
Man, you do a lot, bro.
You know what's next.
All right.
I gotta put my socks on. I gotta put my socks on. Forgot to put my socks on. Forgot to put my socks on.
I got my socks in my t-shirt. My socks in my t-shirt. It's on.
Wasn't that
It's on,
08?
it's on.
That probably was about 08 too.
Get the Patron. Yep, you're right. What happened to
Yeah.
him? He got stuck in the battle rap world, right? Didn't he?
Who was it? Cassidy?
Mm-hmm.
I
Was he
believe
doing a lot
so.
of battle rapping?
I believe so.
And then somebody like offed him in the battle rap world.
Right. No,
somebody like
she ain't gonna kill him off.
yeah.
I
I'm not gonna
seen
do that.
something. I don't know if he did a song or just dropped a verse on socials or something recently, but I do remember seeing a post of him spitting not too long ago.
Oh.
So he's still around. He's still doing his thing. He ain't incarcerated. He's not dead.
He's still out here.
He out here somewhere.
He out here somewhere like somewhere
in these streets.
But shout out to Sean from Fourth Quarter Sports for coming on and chit-chatting with us. Make sure you guys definitely get those books pre-ordered right now. They will be dropping next week. Make sure you guys stay up to date. Like I said, we're going to keep giving you guys all of the info on the play and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And all that jazz. That was a song from my play that I did.
Chicago, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I would go see. That's what we should do. We should go see. We should go take the fam or do like a double date and go down and see a show. Go to the theater.
We should. Now, when you say double date, we're meaning like no kids, right?
No kids.
Okay.
I'm not taking no kid to the theater.
Look, I was wondering. That,
look, I don't take kids anywhere. Look, so, people are like, oh, you can take the kids. No. Because every time I've gone anywhere, like even taking a plane, like flying on a plane with babies, I'm not doing none of that because I've seen it as a person that didn't have that. And then seeing people doing that, not only I could do a whole dissertation on this. I'm telling you, I hate it. So not even that I feel bad for like, oh, my kids are screaming and bothering people. I don't care about that. F all these people. It's the fact of like, when I'm at home and I can't get them to calm down, I'm already mad enough and frustrated. So now imagine me on a plane with screaming twins, and all I want to do is go to sleep because I'm on this uncomfortable, tight ass plane as it is. And then one of them going boo boo, and like somebody poot on the plane and stank and it stay in the plane the whole time. Now I got to deal with having a doo-doo diaper on the plane. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going through none of that.
Yep.
Same thing at a theater.
I did it one time with my kids. The other time we drove. But when we did get on the plane, he was old enough to know like what to like. We brought his iPad and stuff like that. Like he was already like 3, and I only had one.
I'm not even doing that. Like.
But one is manageable.
Until
more than one is when it's like.
How about this? Until they're at the age to where I know what their attitudes are and I know how obedient they are to me, I'm not taking them anywhere where they could surprise me and act a fool. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not taking them nowhere where they gonna show themselves.
I'm not doing it because unless I know that when I hit them with the A, they'll snap, lock it up.
Yeah.
If I don't know that for sure yet, then you're not going nowhere with me like that.
Hey,
I'm not gonna be that dude.
I completely agree. That's why I see all these parents and they're taking their kids to like the Disney on Ice and all of this stuff, and I'm just like,
not doing it.
Why would you do that?
Not doing it. I'll tell you what. I'll take them to Walmart or like, so I won't even take them to Target because they act up in Target. I'm gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah,
they act up in Walmart though. That's per the course.
Yeah, Walmart is okay.
I could tear them up in Walmart.
Target.
Yeah, I got. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that.
I took one of mine to Home Depot and I was real embarrassed.
I was gonna say even Home Depot, like, cause you're supposed to be a professional. If you in Home Depot, you've been there, you know what you're doing. If you're in there,
yeah, I was like, why would you act like this?
I got some extra strong duct tape and taped his ass to aisle 13 real quick while I finished my shopping.
You know what I did?
What?
I said, "Oh, you gonna act like that?" Okay, I left him right down the aisle.
Good.
I left him down the aisle, and when he was ready to act right, he ran right towards me.
Good.
And he got in the buggy. Okay.
I had to do my daughter like
that
one time.
I'm not gonna fight with you
because so my youngest daughter and my youngest son both are very, how do I say it? They're very like squirrel when they're in the store. So they don't pay attention. They want to touch everything. They want to play in the aisles. Yep. and it irritates me. So my youngest daughter likes to wander off. Like you'll tell her, stay right here, don't be running around, but she'll take off running and like run ahead of you.
Yep.
So she did it one time. After like the second or third time, I told her to stop. So what I do, I just tucked myself in the aisle. She turned around, freaking out, right? And I had my eye on her the whole time, but I just kept moving so she couldn't see me. She was freaking out,
Yep.
started crying. And of course, like every other situation in the whole wide world, there's an old white lady. Oh, sweetheart, are you okay? Come here. What's
doing
wrong?
Too much and minding the business that does not
Shut
pay
up, lady.
her.
So I poked my head out of the thing. I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, Leah, over here.
Yeah, get over
She's
here.
She's like, oh goodness, she was so upset, and I was like, yeah, thanks, appreciate you.
She wasn't listening. That's what happened.
I told her not to, and I ain't explaining nothing to you, lady.
Exactly.
I had another 5 minutes planned. Like you just ruined that.
You cut into my time.
You just ruined that whole shebang bang. And I was about to be good.
Goodness, I was trying to really show her who's.
I was waiting until she broke down and sat down. Like the part where they get exhausted and they don't know what to do, so they just sit down.
The beat breaks down.
Exactly. Like I was gonna get to that point, but
no, I'm making sound. I can't
of course, Ethel got to come step in and ruin it.
Ethel.
She looked like an Ethel.
I love it.
She was short, portly, and Caucasian.
Ethel. All three.
Ethel.
All three. Top notch.
Ethel.
But make sure you guys continue, like I said, to check them out. It is Wednesday.
It is.
And before we get out of here, we have to close it out with the positive quote of the.
Not even gonna lie, I forgot all about it.
Wow.
It's been one of those Wednesdays, man. I'm telling you.
It's just one of them days.
I need some sunshine in my life.
When you wanna be all alone.
It's depressing, man. I just need some sun.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that one. You need some fun in the sun. All right, I'm gonna pull it because I wasn't here.
Yeah, I did. Did I? Yeah, I did do the last one.
I wasn't here Monday.
You missed it, and it was a good one. So with the correlation, how we always have a correlation, what did we talk about today that it's going to correlate to? It's going to be about it's probably going to be about being depressed.
I don't know.
And like something about gloomy days or something, and how you got to find inspiration somewhere or something.
We talked to Sean about
talked about fourth quarter and writing books, and we talked about how you have to sometimes in life you got a battle between good and evil, and then there's a battle, and then
this is not much of a difference.
Then the Wi-Fi?
No, not than the Wi-Fi. It being patched in to
from the other.
Yeah.
From
the other side.
Passion from the other side.
Oh, that was a good one. That's
hey, thank you.
Because mine would have been more of like the nasally version. From the other side.
Okay, well,
sorry.
Man.
Breaking
check the windows in here. I think you just cracked something, homie.
I'm sorry. Sorry I broke the glass. You cracked it. I'm sorry I broke your mama.
I broke your. Oh, we was on the same. Yeah,
we was definitely on that one.
We was on the same.
We were on that page. We was on that note.
I'm all about it.
I almost just gave myself a paper cut.
A peeper cut.
A peeper peckers.
Peeper time
if
cut.
Peter Pecker peppers. How many Peter Pecker peppers did Peter Pepper get?
Pete picked a pack of pickled peppers.
How many packs of Peter Picker peppers did Peter Pecker pick?
I don't know.
72.
Nobody knows. You lying.
You don't even know that, man.
Liar.
You don't even know that. All right. I might have made a difference. Anyway, so this one. I'm not going to continue
Is it?
It goes what we were talking about earlier today. Okay. I'm not going to continue knocking that old door that doesn't open for me. I'm going to create my own door and walk through that.
Facts.
Ava DuVernay. Or how do you say her name?
DuVernay. That's her.
DuVernay.
That's the one. Dang.
But that goes into what we were talking about earlier. And as far as fourth quarter, knocking on that same door. Okay, I'm just going to open up a whole new one and create a whole new lane for me that fits for me.
Big facts. Wow.
I'm
just saying, one of these days I want a random. Like, it's going to be so off topic.
Tell them when to go. Tell them when to go. Tell them when to go. Tell them when to go.
I used to be able to to do that whole thistle dance. My body
Jesus
too.
Christ, that dress. Don't
Shake.
shake 'em.
I don't got none, but I'm planning on growing some.
Yeah, because
Imagine
you still
that.
gotta hit play.
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
the samesies whamsies.
So
I guess
sad.
kinda. It looks a little better though.
The layout, like the format,
Mm-hmm.
the formatality.
The
Because outside of that, then it would be.
I guess that's the only difference right there
Just the stretchability.
from the start, because it looks exactly the same.
Yeah. I
don't know.
know.
I don't know. I don't think it was a visual issue. I think it was a where it lives.
The initial.
Just where it lives at.
Just
Yeah.
the initial
that.
enlargement
Right.
of it. So probably
Because
changing.
it doesn't look great from the start, but the other one looks decent to begin with.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that looks nice. I like it like that.
I mean, I don't know.
Does it really matter at the end of the day? Which one?
No, I can swap them out though.
Shwibby swap, shwibby swam.
And we would just use. Okay, anyways, y'all.
Yeah. Sorry, production meeting.
Yeah, we're about to have a production meeting in the middle of a show.
Well, we forget this is even on. It's 7:30. But no, what I'm saying is, all we got to do.
They were like, somebody get them out of there.
Can somebody turn this off, please?
Out of there.
You don't like what we're talking about.
Listen, y'all, until tomorrow for Think About It Thursday, where you guys will be able to sit down with us and have some real in-depth conversations with us. And, you know, that kind of goes into what we were even talking about earlier. I mean, this topic is just so awesome, right? Yeah. The new era, the generations.
I'm excited for people to see this episode.
Yeah, and you guys get to see Satisfying Creations as well again tomorrow on the hot spot. So just make sure you guys continue to check in with us. Hit us up. Let us know how you guys are enjoying the episode tomorrow. Yeah. It'll be hitting live right at 4. Now, I know normally we do not go live right at 4, but tomorrow we will be on right at 4. Okay, y'all? Y'all not ready for us to be on time. Okay, are you on time with us being on time?
Nah.
I don't know about that. But until tomorrow for Think About It Thursday.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It's been shrill. It's been so freaking real.
I am your girl, the princess of all.
And I'm Cujo Speaks.
And this is the Good Time Show. Ladies, stay pretty.
King, stay king. And
deuces.
Bye, Alicia.
Bye.
Real hot. Yaddy 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 yaddy